right. So according to
Here
this
we
computer
are.
over here, we're live
We're live.
Hello.
here
Yes,
on
hello.
Table Talk. Yes. I hope everybody's doing well. Let me just get my computer stuff situated over here. Welcome to Travelin Young Table Talk. We are still alive and going strong. We've just
We
been
are.
crazy busy.
And we once again
Yes.
apologize for the short notice on this live because we can't get our stuff together. So
No. And
That's just how life goes.
it is.
we're trying so hard. I feel
And-
like we talked about this on like Wednesday or something. I'm like, I should post something on Facebook about this. And
I
then
put it on
never
the
do.
on the group text
Yeah.
between the three of us
did,
like,
yes.
earlier this week. I
Yeah.
don't even think I
Family
was
group
here
text.
at the time. I feel like I was
It was
still in
it was
Munich.
another time. Oh, it's looking very grainy right now. I apologize. At least for me.
Oh,
Is
mine
it grainy
looks
for
fine.
anybody
Mine
else?
looks
mine
fine
looks
for
totally
me.
fine.
Oh, maybe it's just
That's what
my-
happens when you're not using a Mac.
To be fair, this computers, it's not that old.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, it's not a Mac, so.
that's
All right,
true.
topics. Let's see.
You all will be just as surprised as we are.
We're kind
As
of
we
improvising.
Improvisational
Yes.
live stream. But I think one thing that I do want to mention, we've kind of alluded to this in our last live stream for those of you that were present.
Okay.
We talked about some guests that are coming.
Oh, guests, important guests.
I think it's okay to reveal that now.
yes.
Don't you think it's okay?
I don't know.
I feel like we should. I think let's just go ahead. I mean, I've already
I
said
mean,
it. I think
it's
we have
everyone
to.
will
it's
see
your
it.
guest.
Also.
I mean, it's all of our
they'll
guests,
then see it
but-
when videos come out. So anyway, basically, I think at this moment, my parents are probably in a car driving to Dulles Airport
Yes.
because their flight leaves in like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're flying on SAS direct from Washington, D.C. to Copenhagen. They'll get here tomorrow morning, and they'll
Yes.
be here for basically almost 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And it's the
so-
first time in like how many years that they've
Like
been to
25
Europe? Like,
years?
no, not that long.
They went to
Maybe
they
like
went to
20 years ago.
they went to Italy
When?
after we were married.
But it was like our first year of marriage.
Yeah,
I think.
that's the last time
So
that
that's
they've been
like
to Europe.
20,
And they've
22
obviously
years
they've
ago.
not been here. So we are super, super ecstatic that my parents are coming.
Yes.
Pretty much.
And so they're going to spend 1 week in Denmark at first. And we're
We're gonna take them to all the sites.
there's going to be some smørrebrød consumed. There's going to be
Yes.
some leverpostej, the real
Oh,
thing.
no.
Expect that video with my mom eating the real leverpostej, where I'm going to take her to the Bagsverd Lakrids place to get some lakrids from Bagsverd. I'm going to, we're going to take them to Frederick's Pork Slot.
Yes.
We're going to take them, I'm going to take them to my office.
We're gonna take them to a couple slots.
Some slots.
I think some slots.
This
It-
coffee place that I really like, I don't know exactly what that place that we went with.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Who-
I really, really like that place.
Huken?
Yeah, it's like it's like behind the Lungbu Freelance Museum.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like this little, like, tiny lake. I almost want to call
Is
it
that the
a
one that
pond.
we went to
Yeah,
with Villas
exactly.
where there was
Yeah.
like that little store?
Yeah,
like
exactly. That
okay,
store,
yes.
nice little coffee
that
there.
was
I'm going to
cute.
take my parents there. And we're going to get on one of the Hey Captain boats, take them to Tivoli. I mean, there's a lot of things planned.
Oh.
So,
Somebody mentioned Bagsverd Lakrids. We're gonna take them there
Yeah, that's what he
because
said.
yeah.
but
somebody
sorry,
wrote
but
it.
somebody actually wrote it.
They said they
so-
live near them,
yeah,
yes.
Okay, I'm sorry.
They probably said that because I
Yeah.
mentioned we'd go there.
And
yes.
it is their first time in Denmark. Yes, actually, I think they've only been to Italy and Germany.
They've been no, because like I was with them in Italy,
Oh, that's
Germany,
right, and
Austria, and then went to Germany for the honeymoon. Then went to Italy. My dad, for work, has been to a couple of places.
Yeah, like Korea. And,
no, but I mean in
in
Europe.
Europe.
oh, in
He's
Europe.
been to
yeah.
a couple places. Some work trip to Italy. I'm sure Germany. But I mean, it's been so long. I mean, they obviously don't come often. So
No.
we're super excited to show them the new house, to show them all the. We'll drive by the old houses we've lived in that they've seen, various FaceTime videos from, and and just I'm not going to make leverpostej. I'm actually going
No, we're
to.
just gonna buy it.
I think we're gonna
I
leave
feel
that
like
to
that's
the
better.
experts.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So we should go to Bagen instead of Tivoli. I don't know if Bagen's
Baca's
even
not open. I looked actually.
Yeah.
I don't believe it's open.
Yeah.
So I don't think
also
it'll open
like-
again until close to Christmas,
I
maybe.
like Tivoli more.
Yeah.
Yeah. No offense to.
And
Bagen,
Tivoli opens on.
Tivoli might already be
Halloween.
open.
No, they open on the 12th.
Okay. Well,
They
So they're here
open
this-
on Tuesday.
so Miranda and I are taking this next week off. Maya has school.
Yes.
And that's
Yeah.
when we're going to do all this Denmark stuff. And then a week from today, Maya and I are then going to fly with my
your
mom and
parents,
dad to Italy. And if you happen to have watched the video last year where Maya and I visited the town in Italy where my grandfather was from, my mom's never been. So we're going to take my mom there.
Yes.
And we're going to take her to Calabria, southern Italy, Villarina, and take my mom to see. And hopefully we'll be able to see the lady who spoke to us. I
Yes.
messaged somebody on Facebook who had said that they
maybe
knew
was
the cousin
there.
of.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to see. But if not, we'll just knock on her door.
I mean, we know which
We know
house
where
it
she
is.
lives.
And this is, again, this is Italy, and it's like small town Italy, so they'll probably be like, oh, hello, welcome.
Yeah. So it's basically, I mean, so that's not quite a full week, but almost a week. And then we come back and then they fly back. So it's almost 2 weeks. Italy and Denmark is just going to be so great. They're very excited. We spoke to them yesterday.
Yes.
And they're super
bringing
pumped.
us Pop-Tarts.
They're bringing us pumpkin Pop-Tarts
Pop-Tarts.
and other pumpkin things. And
What
you
is-
some
when?
candy corns.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is super, super exciting. And that's a big thing coming up in our lives is the
Yes.
next 2
Yeah.
weeks. And videos, like I said, I want a video. Oh, also, Peter is going to come over and we're going to do a beer drinking video with my dad and Peter with a mix of American beers and Danish beers. We've got this whole leverpostej / small bowl video. Then we got maybe Italy video with my mom and just random tourist stuff with him. Maybe I think I've got there's a lot of video opportunities
There's a lot going on.
while they're
Yes.
here. So hopefully this will feed the backlog.
Yeah.
Or create a I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
Feed the missing.
Get us back. I feel like that's just kind of what we need. And maybe since we both have, time off of work, we can like sit down at some point and like kind of map out.
Yeah.
Do you plan to try some No, so somebody asked if we're trying to, if we're planning on going to like a haunted house. Not
really.
Super
That's not
into
really
haunted houses.
I did the
Not
one
my
at
mom's spot. Maybe when they leave.
I did the one at Tivoli.
There's the one at Tivoli, the
one
scare
summer.
house.
Yeah,
How
I
was
did
that?
that. It was fun. It was really fun.
Yeah.
It would. I mean, it's like jump scare kind of stuff. So it's like, of course you get scared. Like, but it was fun. I did it in like 2021 when Amanda and Sydney came. We all went. Yeah, it was really fun. I liked it, but it's not everyone's thing.
Certainly
Cup
not
of
my
tea.
parents. My parents will just roam around. We may go back. I mean, because we'll be here after they leave.
Yeah.
I mean, I may go back.
I
We've
still
got
probably
passes.
won't do the haunted house.
Probably not.
Why?
I don't like, I was thinking about this today because I was talking to you about how I keep waffling about even putting up Norbert, my Halloween dragon that I love to put up. And I feel like the longer that we're here, the less excited I get about Halloween in Denmark. Because I feel like Halloween in Denmark swings more towards the like super scary, Halloween house horror side of Halloween.
To be fair, the scary house at Tivoli is open in the summer also.
That's
so
true. That's true.
Yeah.
It's not just for Halloween. But we do
But
definitely
I'm-
need to go to Tivoli to see
Yeah.
all the Halloween decorations
Yeah.
that they're putting up.
But I'm not a super big fan of the like horror scare you to death side of Halloween.
I don't think Tivoli does this.
No,
Someone-
because they have that scare house. I think maybe they
Yeah, I think they
consolidated.
just do
Oh
that
yeah, I
now.
think they just do that. Yeah.
But I feel like we didn't go in last Halloween.
no.
I mean, I've only been in that one time with Amanda and Sydney's, and I don't know if you guys have ever.
We
been
went
in.
at Halloween but I mean just in general at Halloween.
Oh.
We went there was one time we went and I should find it. We shot like just seconds of video, and we're like, oh, we're gonna do this Tivoli video like every season, and so we just went in
whatever
and
happened
shot
to
some
that?
random Halloween stuff, and I'm like, I'll go to Halloween, I'll go to Easter, I'll go to Christmas. I have it. I have everything. It's all on
You
the
can make it.
We
the
just
NAS
never-
drive.
You can make it happen.
We could make
It's
it
just
happen.
really
So somewhere
old.
there's video of us there at Halloween once
And
a long time
we
ago.
went in 2018.
to yeah,
Tivoli at Halloween,
the first
just
year,
us.
and we totally dressed up and
We
everything.
did, and people were like,
we
"What are
went
you
full
doing?"
out, and then they
Yeah.
looked at us like we had three heads.
Yeah.
So that was kind of my first. Maybe
so-
Halloween's not so popular here.
I was thinking about taking them to another place like Gaunu or something.
Oh,
Maybe because they
I'd
have
love to
some
go to
Halloween.
Gaunu
I don't know. But we'll see. I want to take them to Koo.
why don't we could go to this might be far away, but Gostein.
I don't know where that
Gostein?
is.
That's the Queen's summer castle that she likes to go to.
Well, that's very far away.
yes.
That's like almost to Germany. That's like really close to Sonneborg.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we probably can't go there.
No, because I think she takes a boat to get there, basically. Yeah, that's very far. We're not going to go across the Great Belt Bridge.
Yeah,
Yeah,
else
somebody
asked
asked that.
Somebody asked, yeah. I wish there was
Staying
time,
on
but
Shetland.
I mean, they're going to be so, jet lagged the first few days. I don't want to force them to sit in a car for an hour and a half.
Yeah, and I mean they are also older, so
They are. I will say, by the way, I was like Googling while I was in Germany. I was in Germany recently, and I was Googling Danish Castles Halloween just to see if there was any Halloween stuff going on anywhere. And our video from ASCO went up there
that's
from when you and I were there in week 42.
they do have really fun Halloween
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So if you live
if I
by
went
there,
anywhere, that would be a place to go for sure.
if
it
you
was
live
worth
by
the
there, I
drive.
really recommend going for Halloween. It was really cute. I loved it.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys say that Halloween is popular in Denmark, but I have a picture to show.
No, she
No,
said
no,
it's
they said it's not as
Oh,
popular
it's not.
in
Oh,
Denmark.
sorry.
No,
Yeah,
no.
you're right.
Yeah.
Okay, forget it. I'm still going to show this picture.
Okay.
Maybe this backs up your statement. See,
What was
I
my
mean, this is what happens when I read while talking.
Yeah.
I missed the most important article in that sentence.
What was my statement that this goes with?
No, not yeah. I was going to say this right
Oh,
here,
maybe-
which shows.
Okay.
Because
Oh, yeah.
I was at the Bauhaus in Subor yesterday.
Yeah, that's
And
kind of
there's
ridiculous.
tons of Christmas stuff. It's ridiculous.
It's already
Yeah,
out.
I think it's so funny
Already
because
ready.
in America we obviously have Halloween and then Thanksgiving, but because you don't really have Halloween here, and you obviously don't have Thanksgiving. Denmark just like skips. It's like summer and now it's Christmas, because
know,
there's
and-
no like I feel like October, in my mind, October is for Halloween, November is for like just general fall decorations. Not really anything Thanksgiving, but then December is Christmas.
And this is the thing that I'm struggling with, because the longer that we're here, because those two things aren't so popular, I like every year I get more and more on the Yule wagon, starting in November.
No,
I know.
listen, we have a rule in our house that no Christmas,
Yeah.
no music, no nothing is allowed until after Thanksgiving.
Well, I mean, and I think in Denmark,
No
given there's no
Mariah
Thanksgiving,
Carey
at
until-
least after week 42.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
At least that should be at the
Like,
earliest.
I'm still clinging on to summer. Let me just live that dream for a little bit longer.
I cannot wait for winter. I cannot stand summer.
And
So
my-
maybe that's part of it, that I just don't like summer. I love winter so much.
My friend Sarah said in Costco, Christmas has already been out since
No.
September.
Oh, no.
Hello, Sarah.
Listen, it's
Sarah, by the way, Sarah joined us in Chicago when we were there. That was nice. When we went to see Trombone Shorty.
Oh, yeah.
Sarah, yes, thank
But
you for
Christmas-
thank you for joining us in
Yes.
Chicago and right now, Sarah. Hello.
Hello.
Christmas is already starting where I work.
It's too
beginning.
early. See, I will say, even the Danes are like, this is too early.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's just nonsense. When I went in there, it was like the tree was spinning. It was like half the
Dude, that thing is really going,
yeah.
too.
It's
spinning.
so large. There's a sign in front of it to say like this
Don't
isn't to
touch
like
it.
don't like celebrate. I don't know what it said, but it was like there was a sign indicating don't get too close to the tree.
Yeah.
'Cause
Okay.
You would think there's like about to be like some festival because this huge tree that's like spinning in the middle of the store.
They're
It's
ready to
crazy.
go.
But yeah, it's already beginning where I work. It's happening. We're skipping fall.
Yeah.
It is now Christmas, apparently.
And yes, there will. I mean, Peter and I have not yet planned for the Christmas beer tasting yet, but we've done it every year. So how could we not?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just been super busy, but
Oh,
the first thing
Nordic
was to
Brew
plan the trip
Festival.
with my parents and to do some drinking with my dad and Peter then.
Yes.
So that
No
will be
Christmas beer, though.
That's not Christmas beer. That'll
No.
just be random Danish beers. And I brought some U.S. beers back for Peter to taste.
nice.
So,
I have something to say.
okay, please do.
I am really. This is back on like the fall and Christmas thing, but because I was complaining about how I feel like Denmark kind of skips fall as like a
As a season,
not
a
like a
decorative
season.
season.
Feels very
decorative-
fall right now, by the
yeah.
way.
You
It
don't
does
have
outside.
decorative gourd
Yeah.
season.
But I'm like, where's the festivity of fall? But Espresso House this fall has pumpkin drinks.
oh,
Yeah,
Wow.
they have pumpkin drinks this fall.
I feel like they
and
had those last fall, didn't
I don't.
they?
I don't
remember.
remember. I mean, I don't really remember.
Starbucks
that,
does,
but-
and they have
Yeah,
Starbucks
well,
around
that's
here.
Starbucks.
So
It's American. They always
I know,
do.
but I'm just saying you could get it at Starbucks around here.
But it is making me feel very good that Espresso House, which is Swedish, has something fall. Like we're not just skipping to Christmas. And they also, I haven't tried it yet because I'm actually not that big of a fan of pumpkin. But they have some like pumpkin mocha drink that looks good.
Yeah, that's probably good.
So
Well,
Yeah.
I'm sure it is good.
there you go. So we knocked out Halloween.
Yeah.
We knocked out Christmas
Yeah.
and early decorating. Those are good topics. Next topic.
Okay.
I mean, I'll just talk about a couple because I feel like so the last time we had a live stream,
The camera's still on us, by the way.
Oh, no, shoot. Sorry.
Yeah.
Just
Hey,
wanted
sorry.
to let you know.
I'm still here.
Yeah,
My
we're actually
mistake.
deleting you. You can go
Yeah,
now.
sorry. My
Bye.
mistake. Yeah, I mean, I'm operating a lot of things at
Yeah,
one
you
time
are.
here.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
I
are,
got- I'm
you
making
are.
I don't,
sure
you,
this-
can't even, you can't really see, but he has like
alright.
a whole DJ booth
I
over
gotta make
there.
sure
It's
this whole
kinda
thing is
crazy.
working.
I'm
the
ready for him
buttons.
to like
I
start
feel like
pressing
at
a button.
some point we should turn the cameras so people can see.
I think we
the
just
how
need
much
another
equipment.
camera for that. I think.
Oh, well, oh no.
'Cause- No, because it's like I don't want
Yeah.
it to get moved and it'd be.
But
pain
I'm
to move
ready
it back.
for you to like start pressing button and so it just goes like.
Hey, yeah. Maybe I get a drum machine.
Yeah, maybe.
That's a future plan. The good news though is this camera is not like moving around this time like
Yeah,
it was
that's
last
true.
time.
Yeah,
I'm
that was weird.
You know what I'm doing? Solving problems.
You are, yeah. We are.
Typically ones that I first created,
They said
and
we
then
can kind
eventually.
of see some
I
buttons.
do
that's
want to
true.
say we need to find out what this Nordic Brew Festival is. That sounds
that's for you.
interesting.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to. I mean, I feel like we're the best.
Aw,
Well, thank you.
thanks.
All in caps too. And
You're
that
the
was
best.
that was intentional because he switched from caps to lowercase, so he was very.
So it's not just
He
like,
was, like,
it's not just like
emphasizing.
stuck in
Yeah,
caps.
yeah,
and he
yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
know.
yeah. So that is
Josh
awesome.
just
Thank you,
announced
Brian.
That he's gonna buy a new cam.
Yeah,
He did.
he did.
He did.
Well, no, it's possible. Well, I got that one that I bought, and if
Yeah.
this goes well, I may buy a second one of those
See?
to stick over there
See?
to be on me, and then you'd probably see all this.
Yeah.
So yeah,
If you're
that's
interested. You're
possible.
You're just encouraging him.
I
you guys.
need it. Well, here's we have
We need to stop this.
We have to do these more frequently in order to justify it. Because I mean, I will say we've done like 7 or 8 of these since we moved into the house.
Yeah, we have.
This
Yeah.
is kind of becoming. I mean, we still want to do other videos, but this is also a great way to engage and get out and like feel like we're still staying
yeah.
alive. Because
And I admit, I actually kind of like this format because it is a bit like, it's just like, hey, come hang out with us.
You can't
and
like
we'll talk.
edit anything though.
No.
What if you say
So
something bad?
everybody has to be on their best
They have to-
behavior.
yes,
So-
seriously, it's really hard for me to go an hour. And last time, 2 hours. 2 hours
Yeah,
without
true.
saying a bad word.
Yeah, exactly.
Trying to be nice.
Anyway, we totally interrupted. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I was going to
interrupt
say
is
other
what you
things,
were
so like
to say.
traveling. So like,
Yeah.
Do you have a topic in mind, or are you? Just,
yeah.
Okay.
Because I got some other things over here.
Okay.
And so last time was right before I went to Munich. So
Yes.
then I was in Munich for a couple of days, and I got back, and then I went to America,
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
and then I came back and went to London, and then Munich again. So I'm going to talk about the America trip for a moment because I have
Okay.
I have
I don't
He
know what
has
photo you're about to
pictures.
show.
I
Yeah,
have
I don't know.
this-
This
I have
is-
this,
this
and
is
they're
a
going to hear
surprise for
sounds
us.
of me when I went to In-N-Out Burger, which was like, ugh. So I was in San
In-N-Out
Francisco.
Burger.
Very important for me. There's a little bit of like, you won't hear it through your headphones, but they're going to hear like street noise, ambient noise of
Oh, okay.
In-N-Out
Is
Burger.
this like In
So
and
here
Out
I'm-
ASMR?
It's just In-N-Out Burger, people walking. There you go. And then I saw the
Oh,
seals.
that looks very Danish.
Yeah, unfortunately, I guess this is like downscaling, so it's like skipping. It's a bummer because
Yeah.
the seals are making crazy noises here.
Aw, I can smell this picture,
yeah.
this video.
Sorry, I should have like put this in 1080p instead of 4K. I apologize
It's
for
okay.
the
We can just
dropped frames here.
You know what?
But the seals in
Fine.
San Francisco, and then I drove around in a car, and I mean that when it eventually gets there, you would see the video.
There's a lot of
The video- I
seals.
stuck my
There's a lot of
camera. There's a
seals.
lot of seals because they're going like making seal noises. Anybody
Is
there?
this down at like Fisherman's
seal
Wharf?
noises?
and
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah, of course. And then we went down. I just like was in a couple I was in Ubers quite a bit getting around, and so
Wow.
I like stuck my camera out of the Uber, and
God, look at that
Finally.
dock. It's like
yeah, there you go.
There we
So
go, there
this
we go, there we go.
and this I gotta. So actually, because it's kind of going slow, I'll be able to very, very quickly mention the fact that I mean I'm just gonna say this about San Francisco. This example of this, like building that's like all boarded up is just a way too common sight.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, right now in San Francisco. I mean, it was just like super disappointing. Like the amount of things that were just like closed. I was in San Francisco last. When was I there last? 2019 for a work trip,
no.
and I was in almost the same area, and it was very different. So that was a bummer
It
because
seems like it's kind of
Yeah.
not in the best.
yeah, not in the best of states.
Well,
so
the
yeah, it's boarded up because a lot of buildings have closed. So like one of the big problems is like, I mean, I have friends that live there, and we chatted about this. Like Michael, who was in the Noma video with us, he lives in Oakland, and I went and had dinner with him and his wife while I was there, and then other friends. And basically, with this whole work from home thing from the pandemic, a ton of people just never came back to work. Like tech people, which is primarily a lot of the business in San Francisco and the Bay Area, they just stayed at home.
yeah.
No.
So all these businesses in the city just couldn't survive. And then that plus just other problems, it just is it's disappointing.
No.
And that part wasn't the best. But San Jose, I also went to San Jose. I have no video from that. But I went to San Jose, and that was nice. And one thing I saw in San Francisco is one of these like completely autonomous cars.
Oh,
yeah.
those things are
So
crazy.
It was like there was no driver here.
saw this.
You
I've
see, there's
seen
like
videos
cameras
of them.
everywhere,
It's
and
insane.
I got a quick picture of this guy. It was like a taxi that was dropping people off, and then jumped back in again. And it was. I by the way, we were in New York this summer, and I did not think New York was the same. So just to be clear, we've been to
really different.
in the summer. We went to New York, we went to Chicago, we went to Denver, and we also went to Jersey.
We still haven't done a full video about it.
No, we have
No.
video footage from that. We have to edit and stuff.
Yeah.
It was not that way in New York, actually,
No,
that
it
I
was
experienced.
fine.
San Francisco is the only place I've been that has been like this.
And we were
Yeah.
also in like a weird area, so you can take our word
I
for
mean,
it.
I still feel like New York's quite a bit different from how I remember it being, but it's not like the way it is in San Francisco from
No.
what I can
I mean, New
tell.
York to me has always been dirty and smelly, and people are nice. So it's just like the same
It's
of
just
that.
the same.
But
Also,
I mean, there
like-
was literally in certain parts of San Francisco, every other store is closed.
Yeah.
It's definitely not that way in the part, and this is like tourist areas, and it
Yeah.
wasn't that way
Yeah,
in New
yeah,
York.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I do always go to New York with like expectations set to like negative numbers.
Yeah.
And I did have a good time. So
In New
it
York.
was okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was my San Francisco
Yeah.
stuff. And then I'm just going to jump into my next trip. Well,
Okay.
no, London, but blah, that was work.
Who
Then I
cares,
came back.
Blue?
And then what happened was I mentioned this, I think, on the last live stream. And I had cousins who contacted me and said, so this is my cousins here. My cousin Rob and his wife Kim, and then his daughter. This is me and Rob. This is my favorite picture from the whole trip.
Yeah, that is a funny picture.
Rob and I.
I love that picture of you and Rob.
And so they called me like a month ago or a month and a half ago, and they're like, "Hey, we're going to be in Munich for Oktoberfest. We got an extra seat at our table." And then Jessica, their daughter, there. Do you want to? And she was also there with her husband and her daughter, and then other family of Kim's who are not in my family because she's family via marriage were also there. And so I joined 8 of them and spent the weekend with them at Oktoberfest, and it was just amazing. Here's some actual video now of while we were
oh my gosh.
while we were drinking and all our big, huge liters of beer.
Yeah.
And then this is
They
They all
were
had-
all in.
they had the
like,
fits on.
just dressed to the
yeah, they
nines.
dressed in lederhosen and stuff. They bought on like Amazon before we came. And then there I am driving next to me drinking up that beer. I mean, it was
It's a giant beer. Honestly.
It's a very large beer.
You're like grasping it too.
yeah,
You're
well,
not
you
even
have to.
holding the
It's-
Well,
handle.
that's the way.
It's huge. Yeah,
I
if you
don't
hold by
know
the
how
handle, it'd be
those
like
ladies,
you like tip over probably.
Yeah.
you know, the
Yeah,
beer
true.
hall waitresses, they go through and they got like, 5 or 6 in each hand. It's crazy town.
Yeah, so it was just such a neat experience, and I don't get to see them very frequently. They live in Kentucky, where my dad is from. Last time we saw them was at Christmas when we were there in 2021.
Yeah.
We had dinner. It was like we saw them for like 2 hours at that dinner. Like we went to Bowling Green
Yeah.
and had dinner with all the cousins.
Oh yeah.
And then they came and
Jessica.
Jessica
was there?
came. Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. But it was, I mean, it was short, and we
Yeah.
didn't get to see him for very long. But this was like I got to hang out with him for 2 days, and it was just such a great time. And they stayed, obviously. They arrived into Munich the day that I got to Munich, and then they stayed and drove to Stuttgart, and then they went to Colmar, they went to Zurich, and
Yeah.
they went to
They've been
Neuschwanstein.
all over the
Yeah.
place.
And I think
yeah.
Jessica is now flying back with her family, and then Rob and Kim are continuing on to Italy, and they're going to go to Rome. They're going
Aw,
to go to
that's
Florence.
great.
They're going to go to Venice.
Oh wow, that's nice. Good for them.
So it was, and so
They're so
I'm
sweet.
drinking beer out of my Oktoberfest stein that I bought while I was
It
there.
does kind of look like something that you would get at medieval times, though. I will say.
Yeah, it does have a medieval times look.
Maybe medieval times makes things that look like they're like Oktoberfest.
That's true.
Maybe.
That's true.
So I would say, by the way, I'm going to do a video on Oktoberfest, so I'll say nothing more about it actually, because I don't want to give it all away. But it was a great experience. So I've been talking. What do you guys have?
I don't know. I feel like nothing like wildly interesting has been going on in my life. Just like school and work.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
No.
really
Somebody
Really,
somebody
really
asked
exciting.
how I was on my birthday, and who knew I got COVID, and I was sick for an entire week. I haven't been that sick in a really long time. Like I wasn't even that sick when I had COVID the first time, and so that like really.
Is this your second time having it?
This is my second time having it.
well confirmed.
Yes.
Confirmed.
I guess it's
Yeah.
certainly
knows?
possible we had
And,
it and weren't sick enough to get tested. but-
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I picked it up also on travel because I was in Paris and then I got sick like 5
At
days
least you didn't
later.
bring
And
back
so
bed bugs.
I think I would have. I'm very glad I did not bring back bed bugs because we left and then I think like a week later the whole bed bug thing came out.
Yeah.
So I'm glad it was that.
Who knows
not
how long
bed
that's
bugs.
been going on though, but
But it was like, weird because then I had to isolate and it's, thankfully Josh actually went away and then you actually were, I think, gone for a bit.
a little bit, yeah, because it was
So-
you. Yeah, I mean, you tested like close to the weekend, and then I just stayed at Velas's. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
bye.
Well, and we actually, right before that, we had friends that came.
Yeah, we did. Oh yeah, that's
So
right.
then it was like I had to notify everybody, and it felt like I was going back in time to pandemic. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I spent a week on the blow up bed in
Yeah.
my office, quarantined.
Yeah.
yeah,
I just had like a cold that I had, like a sore throat before I even left San Francisco. And then that was it. I never got sick.
Yeah, your
I
cough's
never get
gone away
sick.
now.
Well, it's been like, I've been back for almost like 2 weeks now. I got back
Yeah,
2 weeks
yeah.
ago I hope it'd be gone.
I never get sick.
It's been a while.
Amazing immune system.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
so-
that's because you've had like,
Yeah.
I feel
Oh,
like
actually,
you
hold
have a
Oh, wait, you have a-
steel
you have
trap immune
something?
system.
I have a photo of Miranda in Paris because you mentioned
Oh
Paris.
yes,
So.
yeah. So I went to Paris. I feel like I
What
had
is
heard
that?
about this before. They have a miniature or a small version of the Statue of Liberty.
Because
And
it isn't
so
like French.
when I was I had never actually seen it, and so I walked by with some people that I was in Paris with, and we were like, "Hey, look, we're really close to the mini Statue of Liberty, so let's go see it." So there it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was probably like a third of the size or something like
Yeah,
very
yeah.
specific.
I mean, I will say, as we were walking up, I was telling the colleague that I was with that I was afraid it was going to be kind of a Little Mermaid moment
Oh, where it's like, what
where
is
it's
this?
like, it's so hyped up and then you get there and it's kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
But I was impressed with the size. Like it was pretty good. I was happy with it.
yeah, it's
Fantastic.
like right on a bridge.
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
All right,
Someone-
so
I
somebody
don't-
asked about your gymnasium.
Yeah,
Why
someone
don't you
asked about
jump in with that?
Gymnasium. Gymnasium is going very well. We're getting our grades semi soon, beginning-ish of November, so that's exciting. Yeah, I think it's going well. I think it's going. I mean, it's still the beginning of the year, so I have like energy still, but I feel like it's going really well compared to
You did some shadowing. That was
Previous-
cool. Like
what?
you did the
Oh, yeah.
student teaching shadowing.
Yeah. Well, on Tuesday, this past Tuesday, I did like a student for a day thing for my Plan B education at Copenhagen University. And then last week, I guess, I don't even know, last week-ish, I did like a pratique thing, internship sort of thing at a elementary school to see how I like teaching. That was fun.
And you enjoyed it.
And that answers
did.
the recent question of
Yeah.
what you want to do. Which
What do I
is-
want to do? I'm gonna say it on the live again because who knows if someone's gonna like rewind to find this. But I am thinking about studying to teach, be a folk school teacher. So that is why
With
I
the
did
little
a-
kids.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you never know. I haven't tried teaching with bigger kids, but I feel like they scare me. So I think I would
I
like
think
to.
they scare everybody.
Yeah. So I think I would like to be with the little kids, and that's what I did for my pratique. I was in like a second grade class,
Yeah.
and they were very cute. And I will say I've never felt more popular in my life. Like they were all obsessed with me. It was so funny.
Sit next to me.
Yeah, they were like, please, 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 play with me, please. But yeah,
know,
but school's going good.
Okay, well that's good.
Yeah, I just finished a Spanish assignment right before this. So
I'm not working for 2 weeks, so I don't know. Well, actually, I do kind of. My boss gave my. I mean, I don't think he watched. I mean, I like him. Just in case he's watching me, he's great. But like it was like towards the end of the day, he's like, "Can you do this?" And it like I had meetings like from that point on
Yeah.
until like 6 on Friday. I had no time to do it, so I am gonna have to do something, unfortunately. But I
Yeah,
have. It's like I just
have,
have to have it in the next week and a half. It's not
Yeah.
like super rush, but unfortunately I have to do
I
a
have,
little
like,
bit of
let me
stuff.
two
see if I have
things
any
that I need to
assignments this
do.
week. Actually, I have something that's due on Monday, but I really don't. I really dislike when teachers do this. And you know what? I don't even care if my teachers see this because maybe they need to hear it. Because I also they didn't hire
Feedback.
me. They can't do
Feedback.
anything about it. But I really dislike when teachers have assignments and then they make it due for like 4 o'clock because then it's like, what is even the point of having it due then? Like if you're gonna have it due a day, do it like at night in the evening, like 8. Because if I have 4 modules that day, I'm done at like 3:30. Then it's like okay, what do I get? 30 minutes?
Oh,
Like you might as well
yeah.
just have it be due the night before then at that point.
Yeah.
No.
So I have an assignment due tomorrow, but it's due at 4, and I hate that. I hate when that happens.
No.
Biggest teacher pet peeve.
So,
And,
Nana Schlotzman,
Thank you so much.
So
I
much.
didn't want to
It's been a-
interrupt Maya.
I didn't
but
either,
Sorry,
but thank you
sorry.
so much, Nana. It's very nice of you.
Yes.
And yes, of course. I mean, it's a Sunday, so I got a hat on. I pretty much always wear hats on weekends.
Great to see. See, I feel like now we've gotten them to turn the corner, and now they appreciate the hat.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people didn't turn any corners. A lot of people like took a U-turn, but yes, there are some hat connoisseurs out there,
Yeah.
and I still wear my hat. And I agree on the district eating. By the way,
we're
we're
waiting
supposed to get
on
it.
that.
They're doing it all up here in
Yeah.
north of
Yeah.
Copenhagen. It seems in the next couple
Who
months.
knows how that's
do I
going to
have to
go?
this week?
I'm a
I
little
have-
afraid to find out what that's going to be like when they get it
Yeah, what
installed.
roads will not be open?
Yeah.
Apparently on Wednesday I have an assignment where it's
Now we're
So
just going to hear
weird.
We're
about
gonna do
Maya's
your homework on the.
Yeah, you're
on
gonna
the-
do
about
my homework,
Oh,
yeah.
fantastic!
Oh,
I have an
that's good.
assignment called Breo til Brandes, and I'm assuming that is Geo Brandes, who is a Danish author. So that
Okay.
means letter to
Oh.
Brandes. So I guess we're
You have to write a letter.
right. I mean, I think he's very dead, but
I assume. I mean, I don't. I wouldn't assume. But,
I don't know, but I am pretty sure he's very dead. So,
okay.
but
Are
apparently
there
we're writing-
degrees of deadness that I'm not aware of?
I mean,
It's kind of like
I think
I
well,
think
you
it's
know,
pretty
like-
binary. You
I
said
mean,
very dead, so I'm just saying it's
Yeah, but I mean, like, there's like newly dead, and then there's like long been dead.
So okay, well I think that's different than very dead. Very dead would be
Yeah,
like
okay.
it's like
You can't be
mildly
kind of dead. Yeah, okay.
I feel like
That's
we're,
more like it been dead a very long. It's really this is what happens when we have no plan. We
I
delve
feel
into
like that we've gone into Princess Bride territory. He's not dead. He's only mostly dead.
Okay, well, he did apparently die in 1927, so
Oh,
he's
so
not
how does
that
how
dead.
does that go on your like kind of mildly
Well,
a
I
bit
mean,
very
I wouldn't say that's very dead. He's pretty dead. Yeah.
yeah, but
He's
you
pretty
you,
dead.
you could have met you could
But
meet
he's not
some-
super dead.
but
you know, like
it's no super. Is that beyond very?
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
I
You
would
could- you
would,
could
would
meet
like
somebody that's met him.
1700s be super dead?
You could you?
Yeah,
How?
1920.
Yeah, okay.
If he died in
Well,
1920, there could be
1927.
1927. I mean,
I
there
mean-
could be like a 100-year-old person that would have met him.
Would they remember it though?
I don't know. Maybe they're like a really smart baby. Maybe they had like Benjamin Button's disease or something, and they're old then, and now they're young. Or
Maybe.
at
If
least you could have
anyone-
met somebody that met him.
Yeah, that's probably true. That's
Definitely.
probably true. If anyone here knows of someone who knows Geo Brandes, please let us know.
Pretty sure not.
Maybe surface some letters that were
Yeah,
written at some
exactly.
point to
If you
help
were,
Maya's.
you know what? This is Denmark. Everyone knows everyone. So I'm sure that you know what? I'm sure that we know a Danish person who has some sort of connection to this
Oh,
author.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
Someone.
maybe.
There's probably somebody
mean,
out there who's related.
It's not
to
the
him.
biggest country.
No.
It's possible. There's
This
like
probably
was-
just
that
it's like
was-
someone-
that was
everybody's
Uncle
like
Georg.
everybody's like Kevin Bacon here. I think it's just a couple degrees.
A couple degrees away from someone else.
yeah.
Yeah. That's that. I have like this theory that every Danish person I meet knows some other Danish person I know.
Well, I mean,
Yeah. Well, I think
I don't
that's
think
why,
that's a
I
theory.
think that's the reason why, like, when Danes are like when they meet in America, like, oh, I know this person in Texas. Do you know? I know my friend in
Yeah,
Texas.
people
Steve.
do that to me. I'm like, what? Why would I know this person in Texas? That's like saying, oh my god, I know someone in Italy. Do you know them?
Yeah.
Like what? No.
So we skipped over. Miranda did include a picture of food
Oh, yeah.
yes.
Wait, of food?
that
What
I
is
think
it?
was
I'm
a part
very
of
proud
when
of
our friends were
myself.
here.
Oh, that's like super zoomed in. Guys, I
The
totally
picture you gave me.
redeemed myself. Oh, I guess it is. I made this. This is my steak flesk. Made it from scratch. Not the beets, but I made the
Yeah, you actually
the
made
sauce
the beats. That's crazy.
and the steak flesk and the potatoes. I followed the Fröken Jensen's recipe, and it turned out absolutely perfect. I finally made it correctly. And I feel like our friends who were here didn't quite understand my excitement about having made it correctly. But I was very, very proud of myself.
Yeah, they were in Denmark for like a grand total of like
2 days.
2
days or something. So they didn't understand the relevance of the
No.
meal. I wasn't even here. That was actually maybe the first day that we're here because I wasn't even back from the US
but
yet.
it was properly like you could tap it on the plate and like it was really crunchy and it just ended up being. I was so proud of myself. So now I can properly make steak flesk for everybody. Not boiled this time. No.
And I'm also hungry because I just had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and I had no real dinner yet. So
Too bad.
yeah, I'll have.
Sucks to suck.
Yeah. What is that?
Have you not heard that phrase?
No.
It just means like too bad.
Okay.
It sucks to suck.
Okay.
Like,
Sure. There you go.
it's bad to be bad.
What
is
is-
it means.
Tell us about this picture.
Oh, this picture is
Oh
so
my God,
cute.
she's so cute.
Well, this is just a picture of Ollie. She was playing with a string, and she just looks so cute. It like physically hurts me that she's so cute. I love her so dearly. She's my daughter.
You know, you missed it. Like when we were setting everything up, there was just like, you know,
Oh, I was hoping she'd
it was like
hang out.
chord heaven. And
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's her.
she
yeah.
likes to chew chords and get all up in
She just likes
chord
like
business.
string and stringy.
Yeah. So she like
things.
laid right here.
Yeah,
And I was
there
like,
was like
oh,
a
maybe-
plastic lid.
Yeah,
that
she's
she
like,
found
oh,
she
to
loves
lay
sitting on
on.
plastic.
There's something on the table. I need to lay on it.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
loves sitting on.
And I
trash.
left it there, but then she never came back after she.
No,
She loves like, she acts like not acts like, but you know, she lives as if I'm like neglecting her because she'll literally lay on like garbage, like not garbage, but like if I have like I had like a grocery bag that I had on my floor downstairs, and she was like sitting on that or like sitting on a book that I
Yeah,
laid
I
down.
mean, she
as
has
if
like
she's,
all
like-
manner of nice beds.
No, I know, but
and,
that's what I'm saying.
the
Like,
cute
she-
pillows.
Like I have a cat bed for her. I have a couch. We have 2 couches. I have my bed. She could
No.
sit somewhere nice, but she's like, no, I want to sit on the trash.
By the way, I had forgotten until earlier today, and I should have taken a picture because I'm
What
going
is
to
this?
describe this, and you will not. You'll have to just imagine through my description.
It was a great memory.
It was a great memory. So I think this goes back to Jean Paul and Dion's cat. I think is
Oh,
one of
maybe,
the first times that this
yeah,
was back
yeah.
in college. They had
This
this
is a long
cat,
time ago.
and I picked this cat up, and I like if you hold the cat like this, and then have its like legs go through
And
your
your
like
thumbs.
your thumbs there.
It sticks out.
They're just their arms are like this, and they can't move. They're just
Cats?
like yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
just stuck like this, and then they like get this like stare, and so we call them mummy cat because they look
And
like
you
a,
have,
and you
like,
can
a
move
little
them around,
song,
and
you're
they're
like,
like
"Mommy cat,
"Mummy
mommy
cat."
cat,
I wrote
mommy,
I
mommy
wouldn't say
cat.
wrote. I just
No,
improvised
no,
a song
He
Yes.
improvised
with
a
like
song.
4 words, but. And then when we got a cat, Moose, we would do Mummy Cat with Moose,
Yeah.
and I didn't even realize until today that we
Should
have a
do.
cat. I did Mummy Cat, and
You did?
she can't. I mean, she was just like, I don't know what to do. She
Yeah.
didn't move.
She just let it
She
happen.
just like stared at me and had her arms out in my face like this, like.
And because she's like a little bit fat, when you like hold her like that, she really gets like triple chins. She'll just like you like.
She's
Yeah,
not a
there
little
was
bit
like a
fat.
whole like because she's like she's fat. I don't want to say it. I don't know. Fat
It's
shaming
true.
or
I
anything.
know
She's
it.
big fat.
Because like Moose was not. That was not
No.
an issue with Moose.
No.
No, she is a little bit
He was
chunky though.
slender.
Yeah.
She's a chunky lady. It's okay.
That's an interesting question. What's the difference? Oh, well, did you want to show anything else? Any
I
other-
mean, we
By the
can-
way,
we-
I want to
we've
say
got
really quick. Sorry.
23 minutes. So
Someone said that a Danish person brought hamburgers to the United States. I just want to say that this is unconfirmed. We do not know exactly
Oh.
where the burger came from.
that feels like a falsehood.
I thought
No, because I've
I always
talked
thought
to
they were
Vilas about this
German.
before, and we researched it, and no one knows. People don't know. It is a theory that there's
I
multiple
feel like
theories, but one
French
of them is that it's
French
Danish.
people have this, minced meat kind of burger,
Yeah.
not
Patty
in not
thing.
in a not
I
in
mean,
bread.
they have tartare. They're halfway there.
Yeah, no, but there's even like just like minced meat in a patty
Yeah.
that's not in between bread. That's I've had in France a
Yeah.
ton of times. Seems like that could have been before the burger, but who slapped it in between two
Yeah,
pieces
exactly.
of bread?
Yeah, but yes, they're
Ronald
one of-
McDonald did. The Hamburglar did.
One of the theories
The
is that it is a Danish
Hamburglar.
person, but this is not confirmed. And we need to
I
stop
mean, we
the
could
spread
maybe
of
maybe
false
that's
news.
a video series that you
Researching
could do.
hamburgers?
But I don't know
Researching
if we'll ever
whether
know.
or not hamburgers
We
actually
need to
came from
contact a
Denmark.
hamburger scientist.
I'd
Who
try a
knows?
bunch.
Yeah.
If you, by the way, just
A
I mean,
connoisseur.
I went back. I mean, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna
Okay.
what's the word? It's like a there's like a word
flashback?
in
I don't
no, just like a I don't know.
Memory
Read-
Actually,
retrace?
it's not
I don't know.
in comedy. There's like a callback,
callback.
Callback.
but
Oh,
it wasn't
yeah,
funny. But
yeah.
anyway,
Oh,
callback.
Throwback, maybe.
Throwback to
A non-comedic
earlier when I was
callback.
showing the picture. Yeah, exactly. Non-funny callback to
Yeah,
In-N-Out Burger.
Yeah.
I listened to this great book about In-N-Out Burger many years ago.
You listened to, hold on.
I
wait.
listened to a book.
We need to back up.
Yeah,
You
so-
listened to a book about In-N-Out Burger.
Yeah. So what is the part that you're confused about? The In-N-Out
Why
part
were
or the
you
book?
reading a book about In-N-Out Burger?
Because I was interested in it, and there's a
There's a
vi-
book
it's
about In-N-Out Burger?
Yeah, because there's like a cult around In-N-Out Burger.
Yeah,
and
there
it's
is.
so fascinating because they refused to sell to McDonald's because they wanted to maintain very specific things.
Freshness.
The freshness, like no In-N-Out Burger, like you can see them like like making the fries from the potatoes, like
Yeah.
cutting the fries in the back, and then the meat's never frozen. And they want. I mean, it's like they never got into debt. They would only make new ones when they had enough, money to create a new one in a restaurant. They wouldn't like amass debt. I mean, it's a really interesting story of a family-owned business. So anyway, that's why I go. It's not that the In-N-Out burger is the best burger. I like Five Guys better, to be honest, but.
You just like the business.
Or Steak Chef, but I like the fact that they've got this family-owned business, and it's just a really interesting story of how they denied corporate America and McDonald's gobbling up all these small places. I think it's a really cool story. So yes, I did listen to a book about it. We used to listen to books all the time because we drive to work.
I
and we'd
know.
always listen
And
to
now
books.
we've lost that commute time, so we don't. I was just thinking that would be a nice.
Denmark invented time and space.
Yeah, that's real.
Yes, and I'm pretty sure Captain Kirk was originally Danish. If you go back in his.
I have to say, I've kind of gone off McDonald's. I'm really I have no recently.
Okay,
I'm just
okay.
I don't have any interest.
I have something to say about this.
Yeah.
I feel like you saying you got off McDonald's is also because you maybe are slightly older, because McDonald's is go-to place for young people, young Danish people.
Yeah,
I mean,
don't
I like
know.
McDonald's. I just try not to go because it's not super great and
No.
it's expensive.
But if
Yeah,
you've been
I
out in the
just-
city, if you've been
Well,
out at a bar or
obviously,
something,
I mean,
the only thing that can crave your for me at least, the American. I know a lot of Danish people say,
satiate you.
yeah,
That's
I know a
tough
lot
American word.
I know a lot of Danish people say that they like kebab as their
Oh.
their drunk food.
Yeah.
But every
Yeah.
time I'm in a bar, I'm I could eat a super double cheese right now.
Yeah, I don't think I've had McDonald's in a while.
Yeah, and even on nights when we're just nah, I don't know.
I literally have.
I'll
to
go to
do.
the gas station.
Yeah, we'd go to the gas station
and
instead
get
of going to
that
McDonald's.
chicken bagel thing.
I went to
Kirk
McDonald's
is
at
actually a Danish
4
name.
a.m. at
Oh,
Norpo
that's good to
yesterday.
know.
So
McDonald's is
I
great.
did
drunk
though
food.
because I've been in because I was in the U.S. and I was in Munich and Paris. All of those places you can have Uber Eats deliver Five Guys to you. So I have had Five Guys a few times lately.
Kirk
because-
telephone. Oh, look at this. Maybe James T. Kirk is secretly Danish. I mean, he
Yeah.
does come from. Where is that town where all
the T stands for Thornton.
okay, here I have a list of some of the people who are perhaps the creator of the hamburger.
Okay.
Well, somebody wrote here
yeah,
that it was
somebody-
Yeah,
He's
that's
got the
from
Louis
like a-
Lasson.
that's- Yeah, that's Louis
Yeah.
Lasson. That's one of them. Yes, that's the Danish guy.
Hamburger
Yeah.
Charlie
And
and
then-
Green.
Yes, from Wisconsin, and then there's Charlie and Frank Menches
Menches.
from Hamburg, New York.
All right.
Uh.
Well,
So that's a list of some of the people who could have
who knew?
created the hamburger. But I needed to stop that false information from being spread. We don't know
Yeah.
for sure.
Okay.
Unless
Okay.
you're related to him.
I'm going to change topics.
Sorry.
So Miranda sometimes says that I don't laugh at her stuff, and she sent me this meme one day that I do think was hilarious.
Okay. I'm ready.
And
What is this?
it says Neil Diamond
Oh.
used to be called Neil Cole, but the pressure got to him, and this is quality.
I feel like I don't know enough about Neil Diamond.
No,
What
but
is
don't you
the pressure?
understand that Cole
Yeah, it becomes a diamond.
Yeah.
But what is the
Diamond.
pressure thing?
That's
Under
how
pressure.
diamonds get created.
Cole under
gets-
pressure becomes Diamond.
But why
Yes.
is Neil Diamond under pressure?
He's not. It's just the
Oh
joke
my
that his name is
God.
Diamond.
Oh, okay.
And so for his name to become Diamond, if it was Cole, it had to become under pressure,
Okay.
and then it became Diamond. Oh
Yes.
my
Yeah, okay.
goodness! Wow.
No, I don't get it. Boo, I don't get it.
Wow. Jeez.
Oh my god!
It doesn't make any sense.
I feel so ashamed
Yeah,
right now.
I know.
Why did the pressure get to him? That makes no sense.
It doesn't-
Like if
it's-
he had a song that was like pressure, it'd be like, oh, okay.
Oh no.
Then that makes sense.
Jeez.
No, it doesn't
Wow.
make any sense. I veto that. That's bad.
Yeah. No, it is funny. It's just we have to explain it to somebody.
No, but if you have to explain it, then it's not funny.
If I don't think she didn't have to explain it to me when she sent it to me, I got it 100%. I think part of it is I'll never forget that scene. Was it Superman 3 when Superman crushed the coal with Richard Pryor in front of him and became a diamond?
diamonds.
I think that's the first time I realized that is from, was it Superman 3 or 2 or
It might have been 4. I don't remember. Whatever one was the really
whatever
bad
one had Richard Pryor in it because it was with
I think
Richard
that
Pryor.
was 4.
I just want to preface because someone's saying I get it, but it isn't that funny. But here's what I'm saying. I understand that like when coal under pressure becomes a diamond, but I just feel like there needed to be some sort of correlation, like because it says. But he
It
was
doesn't
under
matter. It's a
pressure.
big.
Why was he under
it's
pressure?
a big picture of Neil Diamond's face. That's all that's necessary.
Oh.
It's Neil. Neil is amazing. Neil is amazing. Thank
Maya,
you, Janet.
Maya
by the way,
has the age
we're
where she
doing
needs
well.
to kill dad jokes. No, but I support dad
I didn't
jokes if
start
they
it, by
make
the way.
sense.
She did it and sent it to me. So if anybody,
I thought it was hilarious.
No,
I
this
thought it
makes
was funny
it doesn't
too.
make any sense.
And I knew you would
you know what?
appreciate
You know what?
it.
You don't make sense.
I don't support it.
All right. What? There's also
we
this
have
right
something
here.
else.
This is a series of photos. So
Okay,
you
okay.
can see behind Miranda over
yes.
here. We
Yeah.
finally populated this with
did.
all of our Starbucks mugs. And there's a couple pictures. This is a picture close up, full
Yeah.
of all our
Yeah, you
Starbucks
can
mugs.
see it in the back.
And then these pictures that Maya sent, because earlier today,
Oh yeah.
I was like making sure it was well secured to the wall so it wouldn't like fall over. And she's like, they look like you're dead.
Yeah, like from my ankle, it looked like you like died and were like a corpse on the floor.
And here's my favorite part of this. You never checked on me to see if I was
no,
dead.
because I
we
could see
knew
you
what
were
you were
doing.
doing.
Okay. I'm just, I'm
No,
just
but
saying.
I just like covered it. I just covered because like if I moved a little bit more, you'd be able to see that you were like doing something with the stuff on the floor. But I just covered that up because then it just looked like you were
It's
like a
murder
corpse.
scene.
Yeah.
It was really funny looking.
Yeah. So I was like super fearful because this thing so what happened was when we bought it, like there's these pipes under it.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get it above the pipe so we can push it up against the wall. So I got pretty big legs. And I realized the center of gravity is now a little too high, and I was kind of concerned about it tipping over. And so we had it like empty for like months because of that.
Yeah,
And then I actually secured it like with the type of things that you get to prevent like a dresser from
from it
falling if a
going
kid
over.
climbs on it.
Where's
I did that a while ago, but
Columbo?
it still make this noise when you like.
Yeah, so you're a little scared.
So I was a little scared. And then and so then we got these pipe things that like go around the leg and screws it to the to the
And now it's like
molding.
super secure.
Now it's super secure. That's
Yeah,
what I
it's
was doing.
very
I was
secure. That's
laying
what he
on the
was doing.
ground.
That's what
yeah,
he was
it
doing.
Screwing
just,
it
it just
into
looked
the-
really funny.
I really appreciate that somebody said, "Where's Columbo?" Because
Yeah.
that was also. I feel like we both also liked Columbo.
I like Columbia.
Columbo's
I make
great.
Columbo references all the time because like at work, there's always somebody on a call that like right at the end of the call they're like, oh, and there's one more thing, and I'm like, all right, Columbo, because that's what he always does. He's
Do
like
they get it?
leaving. No, well, one person did in Germany. I guess Columbo was big in Germany, but rarely do people get
I
it.
was.
What is Columbo? I'm sorry.
It's he was. Oh,
sorry.
we need to listen to Neil Diamond.
No.
We need to.
No, but I just want to say also
Columbo-
someone else said I don't know Neil Diamond well enough. So it's like
Yeah.
they also feel like they're missing information. They thought there was something that they should know.
Yeah, just his last name is Diamond. Anyway,
Bad.
which was in the statement. So Columbo was this like detective
Okay.
that would solve crimes.
Peter
and he'd have
Falk.
like he'd have like 2 hour. I don't even think it was a show. I think he just had a bunch of like 2 hour made for TV movies.
No, it was a show.
I don't know. I feel like it was always like long
Wait,
episodes. I
is,
feel
so
like
is he a character?
yes,
Or
he's
Yes.
a
is-
character.
Okay, okay.
Yes, there was an
Played
actor
by
named
the
Peter Falk.
great
And
Peter
if you've ever
Falk.
watched Princess Bride, he's
Oh.
the guy at the beginning of Princess Bride who's
Who reads the
reading
book.
book
Oh.
to Fred Savage's character that becomes the movie. But that's the actor.
I see.
But he's always like solving crimes, and it's very distinctive because he's
Yeah.
like this. He's not super tall, and he has this like trench coat on. He's always dressed the same. He looks the same, and he like talks the same, and he's like often smoking a cigar. I feel like there's a cigar involved at times.
Okay.
And then he always there's always this thing at the end when he like unravels the whole crime,
One
almost
more
like
thing.
Scooby Doo style.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he like in front of everybody, and then like he solves it, but there's always like, oh, and there's one more
There's
thing.
one more thing.
When I heard that you blah 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 something.
And then
Yeah.
he'd solve the crime. It was
Funny.
amazing.
Someone said something that I wanted to address. Oh yeah, someone said it's recorded in the Library of Congress that Louis Lesson served the first hamburger. But did he create it first? Maybe he served it first, but did he make it first?
What do
I
you
don't
think?
know.
Everybody made it and just threw it away?
Maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Men who do not.
Needs to binge watch Columbo and Murder She Wrote.
Yes.
Yeah, not Murder She Wrote.
Oh, come on. Murder, She Wrote's all right. Columbo's better.
I mean, I think one of the best statements was the amount of people that died in Angela Lansbury's town. How come nobody ever considered she was the one doing all of it? Because she's in like a small
There's
town.
a
or
common
something.
denominator here.
Yeah, exactly. And she's, somebody would be like, wait a second, this is like the 100th person this year. It must be her.
As a complete aside, the only connection to this is like 80s TV shows. I was very proud of myself that I introduced a whole bunch of my colleagues on Friday to the Love Boat. They had never heard of it, and
Love Boat?
we were talking about how could we theme an event. And they kept talking about like cruising or, taking planes. And there was lots of talks about, captains and things. And I introduced them to the theme boat, and they were all leaving the meeting singing the Love Boat theme song. So I was very proud of myself.
The best part about Love Boat is to watch like all the like people that came on because they had like
exactly. It was amazing.
It's basically like a cruise, so there was like different people.
Okay, I feel like you guys could just be like making something up right now, and I'd believe you.
So there was a cast who was like the captain and the entertainment people,
and then it always
the
have
doctor,
somebody
and all these
super
people.
famous on.
But it wasn't. No, I don't think they were always super famous. A lot of them later became super famous. Sometimes there were famous people, but then later they'd be people that'd be like, "Oh wow, they were on an episode of Love Boat."
Okay, just so there's like a plot.
Just like when I was watching,
there's a loose plot.
I was kind of hoping that Love Boat would be some sort of strange spin-off of like Soul Train.
No.
Disappointing. Where's people dancing?
Oh, Knight Rider. I love Knight Rider so much. That was such a cool show.
Man, this is the thing about Knight Rider. My dad, I mean, luckily they're in a cab, so he won't see this.
Maybe later. He'll be able to watch it later.
Yeah, no, he won't because we'll control his TV watching for 2 weeks. And by the time he gets home,
this is like we're really late into the live. I think he'd be okay with this statement,
but he used to cut our hair. And he'd do it on like Sunday nights, and it was always in the middle of Knight Rider, and there was no like, streaming or anything. So like, if you didn't see it, it was like it just disappeared into the ether of the world when it wasn't on anymore. So like,
that is not acceptable.
I want to watch Knight Rider, and
not
acceptable. Cut my hair. It was the worst.
You would cut your hair.
Actually,
every Sunday?
You know what?
No, but like not every Sunday, but a bunch of Sundays, and I'd miss Knight Rider. And I remember he had this like stool. he even had like. He had this big sink that I think is like a industrial sink, But he'd use that where we like put our hair back and he'd wash our hair in this. It was like he was like really really close to being a salon in the because back then you don't know this, but they wouldn't know this because they've never been in the house. But that what is Adrian's room?
Yes.
And the laundry room used to be one big room.
Okay.
And so we'd go into that room,
house.
and then later he broke it into a bedroom for my brother when my sister was born. But so we'd be in there and he'd cut our hair and. I'd miss like big sections of Knight Rider.
That's just not fair.
It was the worst.
That's unacceptable. I have to say, somebody mentioned soap operas. Off the back of my Love Boat, talking about Love Boat, we got on to whether or not they had American soap operas shown here in Denmark. And I don't know what, like the conversation led us to look up Days of Our Lives. And we found out that that's been on for like 58 years.
Wait.
Days of Our Lives.
I was about to say something really dumb. No, I'm going to keep that inside.
Well, the soap operas, because they just change people.
Yeah.
Constantly.
It's been on since like
I'm sure The Young and the Restless has been on for a long time.
Yeah, it's been on a long time. And they've had 14,000 episodes of Days of Our Lives.
Well, because it's just on every day.
Yeah.
So I bet there's some kind of like Spanish soap opera that's been on longer, far more dramatic.
Or like some
old shows.
Indian
This is I like how this is like delved into old shows.
Yeah, I'd be interested
Bewitched
to find out what old shows came over here.
So Bewitched and I Dream of Jeannie, those were like older than us.
Yeah,
but those
like
would
60s.
be on. So I don't know if they had this concept here, but in the U.S. there's this idea of what's called syndication, where there's like certain time, like back in the day, I don't think they may not do this much anymore because of streaming and everything, but back when there was like 4 channels, there's like network programming from like 8 to 10 or 11 at night that would be like the Cosby Show and Family Ties and Knight Rider and these things. But then there's all these other sections of the day where the local channel could buy TV shows to put on. And a lot of times in like noon and 1 o'clock, if you're like sick from school or in the summer, like I Dream of Jeannie and Bewitched in those shows would be on, or they'd be on Nick at Night when we eventually got like cable.
Yeah.
So we could watch them, but that was like the generation before us.
Nick
And like
at Night was
my
a thing when
favorite
you
was
were a
like The
kid,
Flying
too.
Nun. I mean, if that, I don't know how that. I don't think that would pass TV today. Sometimes you'd see these shows and be like, how did they all sit in a boardroom and be like, oh, this is a great idea. Sally Field is going to put on a nun habit, and then she's going to fly, and we're going to call it The Flying Nun, and it's going to be a show. That's a great idea. Sign me up. I mean,
I will say they still showed MASH, at least where I grew up, in basically maybe not a primetime slot, but like an evening slot. So it wasn't buried in the middle of the day. So we would watch MASH all the time.
I feel too young for
actually.
this conversation.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
I don't.
Sorry.
So
Hogan's Heroes was great.
Hogan's Heroes was interesting.
That was good.
There was briefly an HD channel, like back when high definition was first coming out, there was this HD channel called HD Net that Mark Cuban owned, and he bought these like old TV shows and kind of like remastered them.
Yeah.
And Hogan's Heroes was one that was in HD, so we would
that was
watch
good.
that because it was like I was like
Hogan's Heroes was
consuming
great.
every piece of HD programming that I could.
Somebody
MacGyver, by the way,
Yes,
that is
MacGyver
a
was
great
great.
show. I watched it many times.
Somebody asked, what are some of the things or experiences from your childhood that evoke a strong sense of nostalgia? I actually, this is funny because when I was so sick, I had not been that sick in, like I said, in a long time. And so I parked myself and halfway as a joke, I got a cup of tea, like some tissues, a blanket. I had my big fuzzy socks on. And then I found a full episode of Price is Right on YouTube,
That is a good show.
which was a game show in the US. I doubt that came over, but it was great.
One time, I was sick, and I think my mom went to this.
Rawhide.
She went to
You
like
guys had
this
Rawhide.
this like craft store to do like some knitting class or something. And
Yeah.
I'm sick at home, and I guessed the final
Oh, that's
showcase,
right.
and I was like,
Oh, yeah, you told
10
me
or
about
11.
this.
I like called the craft store to get them to put my mom on the phone to tell her because I was so excited.
You were so
And my mom
happy.
was like, "What are you calling me for?" I guessed the Showcase Showdown. I got
Showcase
it. I would have
Showdown.
won
I
both
would've
of the
run.
Showcase Showdowns. I got it on the nose.
Oh, man.
And I need you to know
That's
this.
impressive.
But I got to go back a couple things, like because people said a few things. By the way, Dallas was okay. I was a bigger fan of Falcon Crest.
Oh, Falcon Crest was good. Dallas. I
Um,
love Dynasty though. Dynasty was the best. So many cat fights.
90210, that was not so much my thing. I feel like when I was growing up, the shows I remember watching was like Cosby Show, doesn't age well. Thanks, Bill Cosby. Different World spinoff, Family Ties. What was the
Fresh
one
Prince of
with
Bel-Air.
Growing Pains?
Oh yeah,
Fresh Prince
Family
of Bel-Air.
Ties.
Well, I will say when
And then like China Beach, somebody was talking about a mash a lot of
Oh
stuff.
wow,
China Beach was good.
Beach.
I really
That's
like
going
that.
deep.
And then I really like these like made for TV shows like V. If you haven't seen V, that is the best science fiction TV
V is
show
so good.
ever. So good. I watched V so many times.
Yeah.
Hunter was good.
When I
Magnum
was-
PI was good. Full House.
Oh, Magnum PI.
But when I was a kid,
Brady Bunch, I watched a
Welcome
lot
back,
of Brady
Connor,
Bunch.
earlier than my days,
when
I'd
I
say.
was
Yeah,
when
I
I was a
watched that,
kid, if
though.
you stayed up
Oh,
late
the
enough,
Jeffersons. I'm sorry.
when I was a kid, if you stayed up late
Blah,
enough,
blah, 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 blah.
no, if you stayed up late enough on watching Nickelodeon, it would start playing like the '90s sitcoms, and I loved like every like 6 months they would change it to some other sitcom, but I loved when they would play The Nanny. That was my favorite.
Oh yeah.
One
with Fran
time,
Drescher.
the guy from the nanny, the
Equalizer.
no the
other butler guy.
Yeah, we saw a musical that he was in.
Oh, that's funny.
He was
If
in
you-
Urinetown once when we saw it.
If you want to hear something that makes you feel really old, the stupid thing that I thought of earlier when you said Days of Our Lives, I genuinely 100% thought that was a fake show that they made up for Friends because Joey was in Days of Our
No.
Lives. I didn't know that was real.
That was a real
No,
show.
it was
No,
real.
didn't know that.
And Marcus, it was nice to meet you as well.
Where was this?
He said, "Hey guys, it was nice meeting you at the Tuna Festival."
Oh yes, hey, it was super
Hope
nice
you
to
had
meet
a
you.
great
Thank you for
festival.
stopping and
Yes,
saying hello. It
thank
was
you so
fantastic.
much. We did.
We did not get the early bird tickets, but we will for sure be there
No.
next year. We'll figure
Yeah.
out. Every year we go, we have like a completely different plan. Stargate.
Don't get me started on Stargate.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness. Let's
Oh,
sit back for a
no.
while.
Oh no.
Hold on. Let me
we
lean
were
back.
we were like
So
huge Stargate
well, here's the thing, though.
SG-1 fans.
This is what happened. Is so we watched. I love the movie. I saw the movie.
Yeah, the movie was
so
amazing.
many times, and then we didn't watch the show initially.
No.
And then what happened was there was like my brother, I think, was like, you should watch this. And
You're
then
like,
there was some like, and back then you couldn't stream stuff. And so there was some deal where like Amazon Canada had like a really low cost. You could buy like the first 3 seasons for very little on
Oh, that's
Amazon
right,
Canada.
yeah.
So on DVD. So I bought them. And then we had like a portable. These things existed. Remember, little tiny portable DVD players with a screen that you
Oh
pop
my
up.
gosh, yeah.
And we'd sit on a plane.
Yeah.
And I remember one time we were watching like Brokeback Mountain, and I'm like, well, maybe this isn't appropriate to watch. But anyway, so we watched like all while we were traveling on trips and stuff. We watched all of those, and then we kept buying them.
Yeah.
Because there's no other way to watch old
Yeah.
episodes. And eventually we caught up. So we saw all of SG-1. We saw all of
So good.
Atlantis.
All of Atlantis. Atlantis was really
Most
good.
of
I liked
Universe, but
Atlantis.
it tailed off a little bit. It
didn't
wasn't
like
as good.
Universe. I didn't.
But-
I actually really liked Atlantis. I thought it had really good storyline, and then they killed it, and I was really sad about that.
Yeah.
They didn't bring it back. I thought they were like reaching a really good.
And that's where Jason Momoa started.
Momoa.
Momoa,
not
whatever.
mimosa.
I want a mimosa. That's what I think about him. I see him and I think I need a mimosa.
You know what?
He was on. Wasn't he on Atlantis? He was on Atlantis. Yeah.
But I also thought that that's where he got where Jason Mimosa got his start.
That's his name from now on. Everybody, just please refer to him as Jason Momoa, Aquaman, Jason Mimosa.
But apparently, he got his start on Baywatch.
Oh,
I didn't
remember
realize
that.
this. Really young. I have to tell. Dan Peterson mentioned WKRP in Cincinnati every year on Thanksgiving. There is the most epic episode of WKRP in Cincinnati, and is the turkey drop. And if you have never seen this, you have got to watch it on YouTube because it is absolutely amazing. And I don't want to give it away, but I used to love watching WKRP in Cincinnati.
I didn't, but you remember Head of the Class? You made me think of Head of the Class because he was the guy from WKRP, and.
Monty Python.
Nobody mentioned the best show of all time, which is Seinfeld. I mean,
I don't think many
people were talking
would
about.
agree that that's the best show of all
People
time.
wrote Frasier a ton of times, which is nothing compared to Seinfeld.
As God is my witness, I didn't know they couldn't fly. Yes, Gert knows it.
Yeah, SU Atlantis. Yeah, they're so good.
Biggest.
I mean, and Bill, I'm just trying to think.
What was
about
that other show? There was some other 90s show. Oh, wasn't his name like Urkel or something? What
Yeah,
was that?
Family
That
Matters.
was Family
Was that
Matters.
okay.
Yeah, that was like stuck on a weird night and nobody was watching TV on
it's
Friday
like,
nights.
I guess it's on. I'll watch
That was
it.
like step by step and blah blah
Should be
blah.
celebrating Festivus.
How about Small Wonder? Did Small
that is
Wonder
going
make it?
deep.
That was
That's
syndicated.
digging deep. I don't know that was
tell
even
me,
popular
anybody,
in the
did
U.S.
Small Wonder make it to? This is another thing that I thought.
is
How
this?
did this TV show get made?
I don't know. It's fairly fascinating. Yeah, there you
wait,
go.
There you go.
Why do they-
Festivus.
There you go.
There's a Seinfeld fan.
Festivus.
Wait, hold on. I just googled this.
Festivus
and
for the rest of us.
I just googled this, and there's a picture of this girl with like a robot.
Exactly.
Do they have a robot?
She was a robot.
Wait,
The girl was a robot.
hold on.
Step by Step. I used to like Step by Step. That was good.
Well, I mean, Patrick Duffy after he left Dallas.
And, what was Suzanne Summers?
Suzanne Summers, right
Yeah.
before she made the
I don't
Thigh
know.
Master.
What is
What
going
is
on?
happening? Why
Yeah,
is
she
she
was a
bald?
robot.
Oh, that's
I'm
right.
really confused. I don't. You can't see.
You guys can't. Oh, in Living
But-
Color. Oh,
Oh yeah, Living Color
love
was
that
hilarious.
show so
I mean,
much.
with Jim Carrey and the fireman, who was all like,
There is no way you could get away with
and
it.
the
Living
Arsenio
Color
Hall
now.
stuff.
Oh,
Oh,
my
that was
gosh.
hilarious.
It was so bad.
Sorry, you guys couldn't see, but it was a photo of a little girl who was like straight up bald from
Yeah,
the show.
because
Oh,
she was a robot. Small
Okay,
Wonder
what is
was
that?
a
Why does that
robot.
have to mean that she's bald though?
Well,
Because she's a robot. She couldn't grow hair, so they had a wig
She didn't have
on.
real hair, so she had a wig.
If you, by the way, if you like Married with Children, I saw just today, because if you don't watch Pluto TV, there is like they basically
so
buy
many old school.
all the old stuff, and there's like a whole Married with Children nonstop on there.
Yeah.
If you want to watch Married with Children,
I love Al
and if you didn't know,
That show was great.
the fountain at the beginning of Married with
Yeah.
Children is in Chicago.
It is. It's Buckingham Fountain.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, Fresh Prince of Bel Air also used to come on. In
Yeah,
Nickelodeon
I used to love
sometimes.
Fresh
Yeah.
Prince of Bel Air.
That
was a
was
good
yeah,
show.
we
That was a
watched
good
that.
one. That's quality 90s. Oh,
Green Acres. What is this?
Wow.
Like the 1950s?
No,
Green
that's
Acres
60s.
was a long time ago though.
X Files. That's a good show.
X Files.
We never
yes.
finished it, though.
Oh
No.
yeah, I bought a season on DVD back in the
Pre-streaming.
I was trying to find a new thing for us to watch after we watched all the
Carrey
Stargate.
is Fire Marshal Bill.
Yeah, exactly. He's the best.
I love the
the Arsenio
Damon
Hall stuff was
Wayans
hilarious.
and Alan Greer.
When he was Arsenio Hall
when-
and he had like the finger that was like way too long.
I liked
Oh.
Damon Wayans and Alan Greer as the film critics, and they were like, hated it.
Twin Peaks was I watched all of those. And I watched the new stuff that they made like probably 4 or 5 years ago. I don't remember when that came out, when they redid. And then I got
right.
deep in
I
a
never
David
got
Lynch
into
hole
it,
and watched a
yeah.
bunch of David Lynch stuff. I rewatched season
I tried
1
because
and
I
2.
like Kyle MacLachlan. But
We went once. I mean, I only have the pictures that I planned to show you. So I can't show you the picture, but at the beginning, there's that lodge. I don't remember what it was called in Twin Peaks. There was like the lodge that they would go to often, and
Oh, that, like,
Audrey
John-
and people live at work
is that
there
where
and
John
stuff.
Collum worked?
No, I
Oh.
don't know who that is.
Oh, isn't he the guy who played the bartender or whatever? Never mind.
And anyway, there's like a waterfall and we visited that place. It's just outside of Seattle. And we had brunch
that's
at the
right.
place, and we saw the waterfall. You can see the opening credits of Twin Peaks.
Oh, Rockford.
Mork and Mindy. Oh my goodness! I gotta.
wow.
This is like
Taxi. That was a great show.
So we had a dog growing up when I was a little kid, and we said if we get a boy, it's going to be called Mork, and if it's a girl, it's going to be called Mindy.
And
we
she
got
was
a girl,
named-
and
she
it was
was
Mindy.
Mindy.
She was named after Mork and Mindy.
yeah.
Absolutely happy with the new car.
I love it.
Yeah, it's very nice.
I really like it.
And
Yeah.
Maya with a Y is not getting her driver's license.
No, not yet. It's up to you when you want to.
I
but
know.
Josh and I are not too young for Welcome Back, Cotter. We
One Eye
actually used to
Jacks-
watch reruns of it.
One Eye Jacks is not because that's the casino place. There was a different place that was, or no, that was a bar. I think One Eye Jacks was
Okay.
a bar or
No,
something.
I don't know.
No, there
I
was a
didn't watch
place
Twin
that
Peaks, so-
Audrey, I can't remember her
Lost
last
in
name.
Space.
Her dad owned it, and it was like the something lodge, and that's where what's his face? Kyle MacLachlan's character stayed because
Yeah.
he didn't have a hotel. He stayed at the lodge, and so there's all this stuff at the lodge. Lost in Space. The new remake they did on Netflix was actually pretty good.
I liked it. That's another good show.
The Great Northern. There you go.
Oh, there it is.
That's it. Well done.
Yeah.
Well done, Renee Kim. Well done. The Great Northern. I'm trying not to type stuff. I mean, I could have
I'm just
Googled it.
I'm reading and monitoring.
I haven't driven it across the Nightmare Bridge yet.
No, we haven't.
Because
We've
we
not gone
just-
very long distances with it.
No, we
yet.
haven't. It's only got like 1,000 kilometers. We've been because
don't-
I've been like,
and I don't know why.
this is
like,
the
we
most
probably
days.
should.
I got home Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Today's Sunday. That's like the most days I've been at home. But I want to go to Aarhus at some point before Christmas, like in November, to go to a Christmas market.
No.
So I think we'll have I
Oh,
want
yeah,
to see
we
if we can
can
get it
take it
that
then.
far. So we'll get over the bridge.
The Devil's Bridge.
The Log Lady, exactly. The Log Lady was fantastic. Everybody was amazing in
Get
that
Kit
show.
and don't worry about the bridge. We'll just get Kit to drive us over. to
Yeah,
take
well, I
over.
mean, the car does have like lane assist and like steering control and
But I
cruise
feel like-
control with adaptive stuff. So you
We should
kind of
just
just have to
name
like
the car
set
Kit.
it and just like
But
set it and forget it. It's almost like an infomercial.
I feel like
Yeah.
now that we have a nice car,
Are you
I'm
Ron
like,
Popeil now?
but
Set
now,
it-
now that we have a nice car, I'm almost like more scared to get my driver's license now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, mission
'Cause it's a nice
accomplished.
car.
The Munsters, no, but I did watch a lot of Adam's Family because that was on Nickelodeon
I watched
when
the
I was a kid.
Monsters. I like the Monsters.
Sopranos. I mean, if
how
you
can
watch the
not
live
watch
streams,
The
I just
Sopranos?
watched all
I mean,
of
come on.
The Sopranos
See,
recently.
the problem that I have though is that Nickelodeon really didn't make it over here, and so I can't like relate to anyone my age about shows that we watched when we were kids because no one watched like
Somebody
Yeah.
said Rugrats.
Well, Friends.
That was on.
yeah, but more like I guess
Blues
Yeah,
Clues.
iCarly.
Nickelodeon.
Nobody watched iCarly.
no, not really. At least most people.
That was like
watch,
the show you always wanted to
I
watch.
loved iCarly.
Yeah.
I mean,
SpongeBob.
I
They
mean, I
have
think
Swamp Bob's Fear
I-
Can't.
SpongeBob Fiekins. But I feel like some like Nickelodeon shows made it here, but Disney was far more popular here,
Mm-hmm.
and I never really watched Disney. There was very few Disney shows. I
Fraggle
watched.
Rock.
That show's weird.
That's quality.
man.
Okay, I keep
See,
getting
that
clips.
show's weird.
I'm recently getting clips on my TikTok of this 90s looking show or 80s or something where they're like dinosaurs or something.
Oh, the dinosaurs.
There was one called Dinosaurs where they're like
Probably.
people. They were
Yeah,
like
yeah,
people,
they're
but
like-
they
yeah,
like
they're
like
walk
a
around
family
and talk
thing.
and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a show
Dinosaurs.
called
Oh,
Dinosaurs.
see,
looks
look,
really
you
weird.
go. iCarly was in fact in Denmark. See,
Oh,
they
There you
know
go.
iCarly.
I loved iCarly. That was like my it was so good.
Can-
and then a little later I also liked Victorious.
oh
So,
no.
let me say real fast. This car is an EV, so it is not stick necessary. But our previous car was a stick. We do drive sticks or manual. But
Keeping Up Appearances. Bless you, Dan. I love that show. And I honestly, the other one I love too is Faulty Towers. I'm very sad that there's only 13 episodes of Faulty Towers.
Jai Boa i Denmark. Is that enough? That's a sentence. That's a complete
It
sentence.
is. That is. Show Maya the show called David and Goliath.
I'm not familiar with that show.
You know,
is that?
I oddly liked that show.
Sounds religious.
And it was.
Oh, well. I mean, it is called David and Goliath, so.
Yeah. I mean, but it wasn't, I feel like it wasn't overtly religious. I don't know. It was just kind of teaching you golden rule stuff.
Nickelodeon does exist here in Denmark. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like it does exist, but it just was not as popular or common to watch here as it was in the U.S. So I feel like 90% of kids here watch Disney, and so people can't relate to the shows I watched when I was a kid. No one.
Yeah,
really
iCarly was Disney.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
No, iCarly was Nickelodeon.
Oh, okay.
But
With
so
Ariana Grande,
that's not. No,
wasn't she on iCarly?
no, she was on Victorious,
Oh,
Yes.
my
but
mistake.
that was also a
Yeah.
Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
But yes,
They're
iCarly
all one show in my mind.
But there was also a spin-off show with Ariana Grande and a character from iCarly where they lived together called Sam and Cat. So perhaps
Yeah.
that's what you're thinking. of.
No.
Yeah, it could be.
No.
Yes.
If that rumor is true, Nobleman, I am very excited because I love Faulty Towers. It is so classic.
We did see John Cleese
We did see John Cleese
at the DR concert.
We did.
Before
My
the
favorite
pandemic.
episode is when they have gourmet night and his chef gets super drunk and he has to keep going to the restaurant to get gourmet food to fake that they have gourmet food, and then his car keeps breaking down, and at some point he gets out and he beats his car with a tree limb because he's so mad that his car keeps breaking down.
By the way, I want to say, guess who's in the chat right now?
Who?
Amanda.
Amanda.
Oh, your friend
Amanda's
Amanda
here.
from Chicago.
Amanda's here.
Amanda
Or
is
is she
here.
writing stuff?
Don't mention the
She
war.
wrote something earlier. She said, "Hi, Maya," with a waving emoji. It's because she was texting me.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hello.
I never liked Home Improvement.
I thought you were about to say I
You
never
didn't
liked
like
Amanda.
Home
I was like,
I
Improvement?
never.
Really?
Amanda.
Yeah, she was
I don't know. She's
kind of weird. I don't know.
No, she's fantastic. All your friends are great, but Home
that's
Improvement, on the other hand, was never. Although it's funny because I
That's good.
feel I think about it because like when I talked to the neighbor the other day, and the hedges are so high, he could only
You
see.
felt like Wilson.
I felt like I was on the other side of the Home Improvement fence trying to talk to my neighbor. I'm like, hi, yo.
There's Amanda. She
There
put
she
a
is.
Hey.
smiley face.
I should read Jeanette's book. Yeah, I know. I should read that.
Yeah.
Sarah
Jeanette
is,
McCurdy.
I've actually
Sarah's
wanted to
sending me
read that
TikTok
myself.
links
Really?
on like separately from this.
Okay.
I'm trying to focus on this. I can't look at TikTok links, Sarah. I'll have to look at it later.
She said that I should read Jeanette McCurdy's book, which I know that I should. I heard it was good. Also, the cover
yeah.
is very aesthetic. So,
I also want to read that.
yeah. But yeah, so.
Well, I mean,
And someone said,
Rowan Atkinson.
Oh, I love it.
But-
See, Mr. Bean. I know he was in Blackadder, and I actually didn't know that Hugh Laurie was also in Blackadder until
House.
a
I
couple
liked
years
House.
ago.
We watched House.
I liked House, but I grew up with
House is
Mr. Bean.
weird.
That's how I know Rowan Atkinson.
are we talking about like the medical show House?
Yes.
Or,
Yes.
Okay.
Because the
That's just
guy
kinda
from
weird.
that was on the show Blackadder.
Oh, okay. House is kind of weird. He'll just like walk in and be like, "Have you checked under his armpits?"
Yeah.
It's like, what? What is
For
going on?
blika blah, blaka blah, blah,
Yeah,
he
blah.
has
He's like-
Epstein Barr.
Yeah, it's
I
like,
tell you, the one thing I really wanted, I think what House popularized the most is like clear boards for writing on. I feel like that I think that market just shot up thanks to House. And they're like, why do we have whiteboards? We can have clear boards. I mean,
Oh, Johnny English movies.
yeah, they were good. Although the Mr. Bean movie was hilarious when he's at Whistler's mother and he starts like, he like draws a weird face on her. and
So
stuff.
bad.
That was hilarious.
My favorite episode of Mr. Bean is when he realizes he's late somewhere, and so he's like driving while getting dressed and like brushing his teeth, and at some point he like sticks his head out the window and he turns on the windshield like the sprayer thing, and he sprays water into his mouth to rinse his toothpaste
Did
out.
you know there was only like 13 episodes of Mr. Bean?
I think
No, there's more than that.
Oh, there's a shockingly low amount of
I
episodes.
think
There's-
maybe
there's
they're like
13
video,
episodes
like
of
other
Faulty
things.
Towers,
They must have
but-
had a bunch of special things too.
They had
We've
several. They had like, I know that they had like a couple seasons of it, so it may have only been.
Here.
And we have seen Johnny English.
Yes, I love Johnny English, and then Dora Lock.
How did this happen? We're just talking about random TV shows
I don't know.
now.
It's my fault because I brought up the Love Boat,
It did start
and
with
then
the Love Boat.
and then we delved into 80s TV shows, and now it's 9:15.
Okay, this says Mr. Bean.
Episodes.
No, are you,
Oh, I'm sorry, I gave it away.
you'd actually
take it
let
back.
me read it. My God. The sitcom consists of 15 episodes that were co-written by... Okay, we already gave it away. I'm not even reading it anymore. There's only 15 episodes of the show.
Were there like movies and
Yeah,
stuff?
there were like
But
spin-offs and
yeah,
stuff.
I mean,
But the Mr. Bean show, there's only 15
Really?
episodes.
I
Yeah.
thought there were more.
I can't believe you just gave it away.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
By the way, a long time ago, somebody said something about Crossing Jordan. I like that because I like TV murder mystery shows.
Oh yeah.
And there was this
I
thing.
never
So
watched
we
that
had
one.
we were like early adopters to high definition TVs, and we had this like high definition projector TV thing.
Oh yeah.
And I basically would only exclusively watch TV shows that were in high def during that first couple years. And Crossing Jordan was one of them. So I always watched that. I can't remember her name, the girl from that. But
I didn't remember.
I don't know
I'm
what
not
happened
good
to her.
about
But I
watching
like that
TV
show.
Culture Impact. Remember to press like. Yes.
Yes.
Press the like button.
Exactly. Press
Yes.
it.
I'll do it from my computer.
Yeah. Go for it.
I'll leave. Wait, I accidentally left a 100. Sorry. I don't know if you saw that. Can you see it?
What?
I saw hearts
Yes.
fly up.
No,
I
I'm
see-
I'm
I see
pressing
100%.
100. Can you see that?
I see that. 100%.
Oh, I see. Yeah, a bunch of 100%.
Oh my gosh, calm down.
Well, I wanted you to see it.
Keeping it 100.
Miami Vice.
That wasn't my vibe.
No?
That vibe.
You
No.
didn't like Miami Vice?
No, I mean the
I
problem. I mean, you
prefer
think
Knight
about
Rider
it, like
over Miami Vice. To be honest.
back in the 90s, I graduated from high school in 94. So there was a few years there where I was just like ridiculously busy with like school stuff, and there was no way to rewatch shows. You know, it's not like I'd like set up the VCR to record TV every single night. And we had like one TV in my house,
That's
so it was
true.
whatever my dad wanted to watch. And so we watched.
got
I
the
mean, I
bad
remember
news.
like certain things, and then when I went to college in '94, I had like a lot more freedom, but I had no way to. I mean, it was just like I could only watch live. You know, so if I had schoolwork or things to do, I couldn't watch TV.
And you know,
I watched
one of those
baseball.
nights.
I can probably recount baseball games from the '90s, just as much as
And
TV shows.
America's Funniest Home Videos. That was a popular.
Yeah, America.
Popular,
That was a good family
was a
show
good
that we'd
one.
all watch together.
That
I
was
feel like you guys just need like a 90s podcast because I can't relate to any of what's going on
We
right
can
now.
we can have like 1 week could be '90s music, then it
No.
could be like '90s baseball games. That'd just be me talking, and then it could be
90 Somebody was born in '94. That just hurts my soul. Are You Being Served? I loved Are
Yeah.
You Being Served? That is
Family
such an
Ties
amazing
was
show.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Family
Father Brown.
Ties.
That's
What
funny.
was the theme song from that?
I don't know. You're
It
asking
was,
the wrong person.
No, I don't know. And that was one of the shows where like the
I got the
opening
Cheers
song,
theme stuck in my head
No.
instead.
And that was one of those shows where like the
Taking away from all your worries, sure would help a lot.
I felt like the theme song didn't actually have the name of the show in the theme song.
Yeah, I don't
Family
remember. I
Ties.
wish I.
I like this. I like.
I love MASH with a dark humor. Sorry.
I like Teenage Dirtbag, the song, which
Yeah.
I believe was the theme song for a 90s show.
I don't know.
Let me look it up. Hold on. I know that it was a theme song for a 90s show.
Hill Street Blues was a little too.
Oh yeah,
early for me.
that did have a good theme song. My dad loved Hill Street Blues.
They used to do TV show, theme songs. Now, do they even do that anymore?
I feel like
It's
they
like a
don't.
waste. That'd be great to be like a theme show.
There was some really good
Theme
theme
song
shows
writer.
out there. Or
like the guy
theme
from
songs. Greatest American Hero.
no, wasn't that the dude's job from oh my gosh. How can I not Full House. He wrote jingles.
What's his name? That played not Joey.
Yeah. American Bandstand.
Oh, American Band.
Solid Gold Dancers. I don't know if you ever saw that.
Oh,
That
Solid
Casey
Gold.
Kasem show.
That was before school.
I
Midnight Caller.
I don't think I
I've
did,
never
no.
heard of that.
Law
Law
and
and Order. Oh,
Law and Order.
good
I mean,
Lord.
geez, if you're in a hotel room and you got
That's a
TBS,
doom
you've seen an
doom.
episode of Law and Order.
There's also like 800
Yeah, there's,
different
like,
versions
Law and
of Law and
Order.
Order.
Special drinking unit.
It was from
Law and Order. Urination in public unit. I mean, they had like every.
Public Indecency Unit.
it appeared in Dawson's Creek.
Law and Order crosswalk unit.
Law and Order Misdemeanors.
What was that? It appeared
It
on.
appeared in Dawson's Creek.
I didn't
what I
watch
was
okay.
Dawson's Creek.
might be,
Vikings.
like,
Haven't
late
watched
90s.
it, but I do like the Norsemen.
Alf. Yeah, of course.
Oh, Alf was good.
We got to protect your
Soul
cat around
Train.
Alf, though.
What was the name of the guy who was the host of Soul Train? I don't remember.
Byron.
No, but there was one where it was like Doctor something.
Oh no, there
don't
was. I
remember.
think wasn't.
Oh, Das Boot.
That's a movie.
Now we're getting
going
into movies.
movies.
That wasn't a TV show.
Third watch. We're like moving up the chain and getting more recent.
Don Cornelius. Yes, thank you. It was Don Cornelius.
NYPD Blue. Is that what you mean?
Oh, yeah.
You get to see Sipowitz's butt.
Why do Americans love courtroom? This is a question for Josh because I don't like crime dramas.
Well, he said Courtroom, and that's different.
Yeah, but I feel it's in the same
You
thing.
didn't like Cop Rock?
No.
I don't know about courtroom stuff, but I really like
Das
I
Boot
like
is a TV show.
murder detective shows.
I
So
mean,
like
they
there's
eventually
a whole
end up in court. I feel like
I like doctor shows, and I like but Law and Order is the only one where half of it was the police and half of it was I don't remember the
Ice-T.
the justice system.
We've come from
Whatever they would
full
say.
circle.
Half of it was Ice-T and half of it was Sam Waterston or
We've
whatever.
come full circle because someone just said Dr. Quincy and Columbo was great too.
Oh yeah,
We've come
in
full
fact,
circle.
Dharma and Greg.
I like Dr.
I feel like
Quincy.
people are just like writing sitcoms and pulling them out of a hat now. Dharma and Greg.
Yeah. It's already
We already saw
9:20.
Will and Grace. We already saw that. It is 9:20.
What are we doing?
I don't know. We're just randomly talking about TV shows now.
Somebody said this is very Hooli, and I feel
okay,
like that's
well.
what we were going for.
I mean, I don't know. Last time we talked for 2 hours, I really don't
did.
want to go for 2 hours this
No,
time. But I don't
no,
have to
we should
work
probably
tomorrow.
wrap it up.
Last time I had to be on a
That's
call.
it.
I had to get on a plane
Yeah,
at
you
8
did.
in the morning the next day and had to wake
We
up at
went
3
so
a.m.
long. We're really sorry, guys.
I do
We
have to get
can't
up early
contain
though because
ourselves.
my parents land at 7:15 in the morning tomorrow.
But honestly, this is why I like this format better because I think this is like delving into classic 80s and 90s TV shows.
Yeah, for
I
you.
think is fun.
I'm just sitting here.
Yeah, you don't have a lot of content today.
Watch old TV shows with me.
No.
I watched the first 2 seasons of 24.
How about you watch
24-hour
my
table
shows?
talk.
Watch your shows.
Yeah, I've spent.
Is it cake?
No. Get that show out of here.
24-hour table talk. I feel like that would be a good fundraiser.
This is like that's like what Mr. Beast would do. Like 24 hours of
God.
table talk.
Yeah. That would be a
ER,
great
yes. I
fundraiser.
watched I rewatched all of
Oh
ER
my
like a year and a
gosh,
half ago.
he's watched
We can't keep
so
going.
much ER.
We're gonna go on forever
No.
and ever.
I think
and ever and
Maya's
ever
given
and
up,
ever.
guys.
We're gonna go on forever.
Next time we're gonna spend the entire episode and I'm gonna talk about 2000s shows.
Okay. Well, what's
Okay.
the 2000 show? I mean, people have already started talking about The Crown.
Come on,
That's
hit
not-
us with what? Yeah,
Listen,
exactly.
Maya, what's
You
your favorite
talk about
TV
your
show? Nana
favorite
wants to know.
TV shows. Come on.
She donated 40 krona
Yeah,
a while
she
ago.
did.
She
just so
deserves
that
to
she
know
would
what your favorite TV shows are.
is.
Come on.
I don't know.
Oh,
well,
see?
No, stop. Okay. I just watch a lot of. I feel like
You're all talk.
Are we talking about current shows or like?
doesn't
from
matter.
when
It
I was a
doesn't matter.
kid?
It doesn't matter. Any show. What's your favorite show?
I do really like the Netflix show SEX Education. Very good
Okay,
show. New
okay.
season
Oh.
just came out. I have not.
I haven't watched.
Watched
I've
the new
watched all
season
of them
yet.
but the new season.
I know.
Yes.
Yeah, I need to watch it because I don't want to get any spoilers. But
Yeah.
so I need to just watch it. Yeah, I really like. Oh, there was another show that I finished that I was sad was like ending. Sex Education or SEX Education
fine.
is
You
ending.
can say the word.
Well,
I feel
it's
like
YouTube.
it's
I don't
okay.
know.
Yeah, but it's live stream.
Sex Education is ending. This is the last season.
I said but earlier.
With 2 T's.
Sipowitz.
But when I was a kid, SpongeBob was my favorite show. I love SpongeBob.
You know what's great about SpongeBob though? I also love SpongeBob because
Yeah.
I feel like SpongeBob had a lot of jokes in there that were meant for adults that kids just did not get, but the adults absolutely did. And
Okay.
Someone said, Maya, so which references will you carry along for live stream 30 years from now?
Yeah, when you're
feel
doing this in 30 years.
I quote SpongeBob like at least once a day. Like there was some time recently where Vilas asked if I could do something and I went, no, which is like, it's from this
I
episode.
know exactly what episode
Yeah,
that's
it's from this episode of SpongeBob where they have this like magic conch shell and they like pull
Can
it and
I
it
have
like
a sandwich? No.
and it like answers stuff and then like they got all these like this magical food and then Squidward really wanted some and SpongeBob or Patrick was like, can Squidward have some? And it was like, no.
I feel like there's a lot of times when we get pizzas and you and I both
The Krusty
sing,
Krab pizza
is the pizza for you and me. Do, do, do. Krusty Krab pizza.
SpongeBob is just so good.
Pizza.
And I feel like SpongeBob is one of those shows that like wasn't just for kids. Like parents
No,
could
that's what I
also
was
watch
saying.
it and think it was fun.
I think it was hilarious.
I didn't.
There was the whole one. There was
Well,
one of
whatever.
my favorite ones is when when Squidward is like makes the restaurant, and he tries to pretend that the Krusty Krab was a gourmet restaurant to impress his high school buddy or whatever.
That's Squidward.
Or I said Squidward.
Mr. Krabs.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I think
Squidward.
Anyway,
but anyway, I love that one.
We did, by the way. If we go back and on topics we've all seen. By the way, I watched all of Prison Break. I liked it, but Lost.
We all watched
COVID
Lost.
when we were stuck inside. We watched.
That was a lot of,
and it was funny. We didn't initially plan this.
No.
But it turned
just kind
out
of happened.
that
We just and then we ended it with like making a whole cake. It was like a
but
whole
it was
thing.
because the last day, like we were able in the end, like in the last few episodes, we're like, when did this show actually end?
Yeah.
And it turned
it was
out
the anniversary.
we watched the last episode on the 10-year anniversary
We did.
of the finale.
Yeah.
I feel like people weren't
And
as
then-
excited about that as we were.
And then
but
we
we
made
were
a Dharma
excited.
cake and ate it.
we were
did.
very
And
excited.
it was
celebrate.
We made a cake
And it was
for
fun.
And now that was
And
like
Lost
what,
was good.
2020?
2020. What are we like?
Or was it
4 years?
2021?
No, it was. I don't like that you're saying
2020?
2000. Just 2020. Yeah. 3 years ago.
So
now.
in
Yeah.
7 years, we need to
was
do it
in
again.
1900. Have you watched? Josh watched Dexter.
I watched all of
He
that because
loves
I
I was
like
not old
killing
enough for that
shows.
show.
I don't like killing, but killing shows.
Oh, man,
and I
behaving
watched all with
badly.
Dexter. And that's
that
like,
show.
that's a very common reference that people make too. Like,
Yeah.
like if you're somewhere and somebody's like pulling out a bunch of like, clear tarp stuff, they're like, oh, you're putting together a
Going
Dexter
Dexter.
kill room.
He's got like a set of knives. You're like, what's going on?
Yeah, and I watched the newest season, which came out maybe a year ago. It was all right.
It was
You and
okay.
me watched The Walking Dead a lot when it first came out.
Yes, we did.
Early Walking
Oh,
Dead before it got weird.
You were super into
What is
Afterlife,
SOA?
I think. Yeah, I don't know what that
SOA.
is.
You're talking about Afterlife.
Sons
I
of
don't remember
Anarchy,
this.
probably.
Could be.
Sons of
I didn't
Anarchy,
watch that
maybe.
episode.
I haven't watched that one.
But you know what was good is not. It was The Last Man on Earth.
That was a good
that
show.
was great.
That was
I
amazing.
liked that
Will
show.
I like
Forte.
Yeah,
kind of
I
watched
like that
that.
show.
Are you
You
currently watching any Danish shows?
Negative.
No,
I mean,
but I
what-
did.
It's
I,
time to watch more Matador
actually,
to do a
there
video
was-
There
about
is,
that.
and I did watch. There was kind of a behind the scenes documentary about how Queen Margrethe II did a bunch of collages for this Danish movie that just came out. I think it's a Netflix movie, either that or it's Amazon, called Erangel. And she did a whole bunch of collages that are like the cutaway scene for this movie. And I thought that was super interesting.
I will say,
And I want to watch the movie.
I will say I haven't watched like multiple episodes of this, but I watched one episode with Vilas's dad, and it was very entertaining. It was a Danish show. I don't remember exactly what it was called, but it was like this.
going.
Okay, I forgot you could still hear me.
He walked away.
Oh, brisket.
He was at my feet, but now he's
Do you want me to get brisket
No,
so
it's
we can
fine.
have proof of life?
But
Brisket.
it was like
Brisket,
this.
come here, buddy.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
It was like
Sorry.
this show where this dad was like an agent for. If anyone knows the name of the show, but this dad was like an agent for like celebrities and stuff, and he had like a daughter, and he was like going through like a divorce and like custody and stuff with this kid. But it was like a comedy show, and there was all this like funny stuff going on. It was very entertaining. If anyone knows this show, I don't remember what channel it was on, but it was on like some.
In Danish.
Yeah, it was in Danish. Yeah. But it was a
The
very
show is called
entertaining show.
Agent. Somebody
Is
said.
that the show?
I got brisket against as well.
Hey, brisket's here.
Wait, hold on.
Here he is. He's here. He really, really, really needs a haircut, and he also apparently does.
Yes,
not
this
like-
is the show, Agent. It was very
does
entertaining.
not like being
I
on
wish
camera.
Brisket.
I wish you could understand Danish more because I feel like you'd be really into it. I guess you could probably get subtitles, but it was very entertaining, the episode that I watched, and it was pretty funny. There was that callback humor,
Oh.
which I love. And I love that show that I can never remember the name of. That's by the writer of Seinfeld.
Curb Your
Sue-
Enthusiasm.
Curb Your Enthusiasm. I love
Supine
that kind of
skin. I've watched that show.
Curb Your
That's a good
Enthusiasm. I love that callback humor, and this show definitely had some of that, which I enjoyed.
Yeah, I mean, Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah,
The
fantastic.
best episode. I don't know if you've even. We need to go back because I
But
feel
if
like
you-
there's
if you
early
like-
episodes that you haven't seen.
If you like,
Maya, because you were like just
yeah.
born. The show's been on forever.
Which show?
Curb Your Enthusiasm. There's
Oh,
got to be like
yeah, yeah,
early seasons you haven't seen, and there was
No,
just
no,
like
absolutely.
there was like this one where they had like 4 or 5 storylines that all wrapped together. Like at the end,
Yeah.
that was genius. The one where
Yeah.
she was like cutting off the doll's hair.
I was just
Oh,
gonna
oh,
say,
yeah.
if you like Curb Your Enthusiasm, Maya, you should watch Clone because
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
the
I know.
same thing.
No, but I feel like Clone
Eh,
is more
but
like
it's
impractical
it's the
But it's
same thing.
Danish. Well, it's the Danish version of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
No, but I feel like
But it's not.
it's like a mix of Curb Your Enthusiasm and like Impractical Jokesters.
I mean, I understand. Let's say
From what I
I mean, I've
understand.
never seen it, but I think it's impossible to be as funny and exactly like Larry David.
That's true.
So it's probably the Danish attempt at being like Curb Your
Well,
Enthusiasm.
that's what I meant.
Oh, I'm just saying. I
It's
mean,
the
like,
Danish version of it. It's
but-
obviously not exactly, but it's actually pretty uncomfortable, funny kind of stuff.
But
Someone says, what is-
Larry David is genius.
Someone says, what is the cartoon movie where they go to Mars? I feel like you're talking about maybe like Mom Needs Mars or something.
Yeah, could be.
Or Mars Needs Moms.
Martian, yeah.
No, Mars Needs Moms. But anyway, someone said a lot of the actors in Agent are playing a hyper version of themselves. That's also like Curb Your Enthusiasm. I love when
Clone
shows
is
do
the
that.
best
I think
Danish
it's
series
funny.
ever. I've enjoyed what of Clone I've watched. I thought it was funny.
I'm not saying it isn't. I'm just saying that's like
Talk
Curb
me
Your
up.
Enthusiasm and Larry David is like the top of the game.
But I don't really watch.
I wanna-
Anything else is minor leagues.
But I feel like a lot of people my age don't really watch like Danish, like TV
I want to
shows
see
and
the
movies
new
that often.
Mads Mikkelsen movie, Bastardin.
There is like some 2010s like Norwegian show that looks very entertaining.
Is that the one where I keep seeing these things on online about some press person like
Oh yeah.
like it's not a very diverse set of
And
like
he's
culturally
it's Denmark
and
in
he's
the
like, it's
1700s. What do you expect?
But there is this Norwegian show, and I feel like there was a Danish version of it, but it's called Scam, and I feel like I've seen clips and it looks really entertaining. So maybe I could watch that, and it's Norwegian, so if there were subtitles, I could probably get it. But
Yeah.
if anyone knows Scam, that's like the one Danish show I think people my age would watch. I feel like people don't my age show. I do know a lot of people who watch. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like this Danish reality show where people like renovate houses.
I mean, I don't even know.
Yeah, I've seen.
How many people watch like
I can't remember what
regular
that show's called.
TV? I mean, I don't even know what's on live TV. I just watch what's on
Family
Netflix.
Verbruggen.
No. It's not that house. It's like, it's this.
No, I know it's not that show.
Oh,
but
it's a show where they get like these pairs of people, and it'll either be like a mom and a daughter. Or usually it's like husband and wife, and they like get this like empty house, and they have to design that like each group will get like an empty house, and they have
this sounds like what was that show that was on in the early 2000s,
Yes.
Josh, where they would like the neighbors
show-
would flip
No, it's not that.
each other's. Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like,
No, but it's not like that really.
I get it, but it's just
Well, you're
like
comparing
people going in and like randomly changing.
A minute ago, she compared something to Curb Your Enthusiasm, so I'm just.
But it's
That's
called.
what people say, that Clone is the Danish version of Curb Your Enthusiasm because it came out after they watched Curb
I
Your
understand.
Enthusiasm.
The show is called Nybyggerne. It's a very I know a lot of people my age watch that show, and it is quite entertaining because they're not necessarily like construction people. Like they're just regular people who like are designing these rooms. It would be like someone like you and me getting an empty house and having to like design it and build it.
Oh Lord, that would never happen.
Yeah.
That could be.
That'd be
I
challenging.
was watching an episode of Game It Out the other day where
Came it out.
he was built. It was like
no.
if you haven't watched the YouTube channel Game It
have to
Out, watch it.
It's so funny.
He was like, it was like
so
this.
bad.
It was like a construction worker TV
like,
show,
built
or like renovate houses, and he was just like,
He built a walkway into the neighbor's house
Yeah, he
and
like-
then put a toilet at
like,
the top.
if you
of
don't
it.
know what this guy does, is he
Oh,
tries.
is that yeah, the guy who does like the roller coaster tycoon.
Yeah, but
stuff?
he like tries
Yeah,
to figure
yeah.
out how to break the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you're not. He was
just
like
does, like, the
supposed to be
dumbest things.
building stuff at this house.
Yeah.
And he couldn't build it past a certain point, but he found out if he built something, he could then move it past that point. So he figured out how to build these like ramps on his property, which had like toilets and living rooms at the end of it, and then move the ramp to the end of his property, which then went into the neighbor's house.
Yeah.
So he was basically putting things in the neighbor. I mean, it was just
It was really it was so
such
funny.
a funny show. If you've never watched that.
We should watch
I
more
think
Danish
Josh
TV
would
together.
would learn a lot more Danish by watching Flow TV from Denmark.
And by the way, yes.
What is that?
If I don't know if Benjamin V said this because of that, but yes, the guy from Game It Out's name is actually Josh.
Oh,
If that's
there
what
you
you
go.
meant, that is, or not, it's true.
Maybe
Either
it's
way.
coincidence.
He's like, hey, it's Josh from Game It Out.
Also, someone said Scam is on DR1 app. I would watch because
what
it looks
is-
entertaining.
what's it called? Scam?
Scam. SKAM.
Scam.
Scam.
I just finished my dinner.
teen drama. It's kind of like, from what I understand, it's like the Danish or Norwegian version of like, there's like some British show from the 2000s where it was a lot of like teen drama.
Oh,
and there was like some girl whose name was like Effie or something.
what was that show? EastEnders? No. Not EastEnders.
The girl's name was Effie.
Yeah, and I can't remember the name of that show. I've heard of it, but scam means shame. Oh. And Peter just finished his Aftensmahl. Make sure you don't
I'm
go
jealous. I haven't had my Aftensmahl.
I know.
Well,
We didn't
Oh,
eat
the
I
show-
did have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich before, but that was it.
Yeah.
And
The
I had
show-
a beer.
sorry.
And they said in
Young
Germany when I was there,
ones.
they said 7 beers is the equivalent of 1 schnitzel. So if I just had a couple more, I'd...
No,
The British show is called Skins.
Skins.
And from what I know about Scam, I think it's like the Norwegian version of
Okay.
Skins.
Well, I feel like we've...
I feel like
I
it,
feel
yeah,
like
it's
we've
9:30.
reached
I
our
feel
I feel like
like
we're going to end it
we're
not
gonna
on
end it.
on a round
No.
number.
no.
No,
But,
Amanda is also waiting for me to call her. Actually.
Oh, that's why she's watching.
We
well,
really
no,
need to
because
hop
she was
off
texting
then.
me, and then I was like, "Oh, sorry, we're on live." And so she
No,
Let's see,
sorry.
what is the...
We're sorry, Amanda. I feel like we've had a
stealing
good
me.
discussion, though. We've brought up
Yeah.
a lot of good. I'm impressed at the amount of 80s TV shows you guys know about. I feel like that was a quality list.
Except nobody seemed to know Small Wonder.
I feel like there's people
Nobody-
in America.
also nobody mentioned Mr.
People keep
Belvedere.
asking if we're excited for Halloween. I think I've seen this like a couple times. I don't know. I don't know how excited I am for Halloween because I don't know how popular Halloween is in this neighborhood.
I don't know if I'll be here.
No.
I won't
had
be
this-
here. I was afraid I wasn't going to be here, but I leave the next day.
I have this issue.
What are you doing?
you-
You're like eating the microphone. Stop doing
Ew.
that. That's
I have this.
disgusting.
I'm gonna place this one in front of you next time.
No.
It's so gross.
No, because like I'm gonna miss this Rival Sons concert
Oh, right.
because I'm gonna be in London for work now, and I'm trying to find a day where I can go see them at another place in Europe, and they're gonna be in Paris, really close to Halloween.
That's like what
and they're
we're
gonna be in
doing with,
Zurich, I
okay,
can go work from
okay.
those offices. So I was thinking about
If
like
you've
what
never
we're
listened to
doing
Rival
for,
Sons, please do because they're amazing.
That's like what we're doing for what's his name? The country guy who just came out with
which we need to buy those tickets. I haven't bought them yet.
Yes, we
Let's
do.
hope they're
Oh,
still
Tyler
available.
Childers.
Yes, Tyler Childers.
No.
That's not
Yeah.
till February, but Tyler
I-
Childers in Hamburg.
Well, lots of kids. Yeah, so we're in a new neighborhood, so
We can't
I
circle
don't-
back to Halloween. We need to be.
No. We don't know how Halloween's gonna go. So
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Find
we'll
out.
see how it goes.
We'll see. I may not be here. I may be watching Rival Sons in some European country other than this
Yeah.
because I'm going to miss the show at
Love Rival Sons.
Christiania. All right. Hey,
All right, we're gonna go.
we're going to go because we need to eat some dinner, get some rest. We got to pick my parents up at the airport early in the morning.
So early.
Very
to
excited
go
about
to
this.
school.
And she has to go to school, and Brisket apparently needs
just
some attention
arrived.
because
Yeah.
he's staring at
Oh
us on
my
the other side of the
gosh.
camera, wagging
I
his
tried
tail.
to bring him on camera, but he was terrified.
Yeah. So we're going to go. I hope you guys had a nice evening. We do have I have like a video about
We've had
Oktoberfest
coming.
that I want to make because I got some stuff. And then we got some stuff from the US. And then the daddy-daughter trip, which
Yes.
will maybe get finished. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
We've got a backlog of things. And then we got a lot of things we're going to do when my parents are here. So hopefully we can start getting some videos out. That's the plan.
Yes.
Be patient.
Shooting
We're
them
trying
out.
our best. And some Christmas stuff I want to do.
Yes.
So
Det var meget hyggeligt.
that's the
Tak for i
plan.
aften.
Thank you for joining
Vi
us.
ses igen.
And yeah, I don't know. Is
Bye.
that what? Bye. See you later from Table Talk. I'm
Bye.
gonna say in live stream.
Skål.
Bye. Skål.